Most people don't lose opportunities because they lack skill. They lose them because their body tells a different story than their words. Hands fidget. Shoulders collapse. Eyes dart. Breath shortens. And without realizing it, you signal uncertainty. Even when you're capable, prepared, and intelligent. This book starts with a simple truth. Confidence is not a feeling first. It's a signal. Your body speaks long before your mouth does. And people respond to what they see, not what you intend. If you've ever been told, "You seem nervous. You should be more confident. You're great, but you don't come across that way." This isn't a personality flaw. It's a pattern, and patterns can be changed. This book is not about faking confidence or becoming someone you're not. It's about removing the physical habits that betray you under pressure and replacing them with calm, grounded signals that feel natural and sustainable. You'll learn how posture, eye contact, facial expression, movement, voice, and space work together to shape how others perceive you and how you experience yourself. Use this book slowly. Practice in small moments. Let your body lead. Confidence follows. Introduction: The power of body language. Understanding body language and its impact. These cues can include facial expressions, posture, gestures, eye contact, and even the distance between individuals. Nonverbal communication can often say more than words. For instance, a person with crossed arms may appear defensive or closed off, while open arms can indicate warmth and receptiveness. Being able to interpret these signals can enhance interpersonal communication significantly. It allows individuals to read the emotions of others and adjust their responses accordingly, leading to more effective interactions. When someone maintains direct eye contact, it typically signals honesty and confidence, helping to build trust with others. Conversely, avoiding eye contact might create a sense of discomfort and distrust. However, authority can also be conveyed through posture. Standing tall or using confident gestures can make a person seem more authoritative and command attention. Leaders who utilize positive body language often inspire their teams more effectively, fostering an environment where collaboration thrives. One practical takeaway is to become mindful of your own body language and how it is perceived by others, as this self-awareness can help improve personal and professional relationships. Common body language mistakes. Another frequent error is a closed posture, such as crossing arms or hunching shoulders. This stance often suggests defensiveness or unwillingness to engage, even if that is not the intention. People tend to close off their body when feeling vulnerable, but the result can be misread as resistance or shyness. Slouching or leaning away from others also diminishes the appearance of confidence, as it gives the impression of disinterest or low energy. On the other hand, standing or sitting too rigidly can come across as stiff or uncomfortable, which again signals unease rather than assurance. Facial expressions are key to sending clear and confident signals. A blank or forced smile often fails to connect with others, making interactions feel awkward. Nervous habits like biting lips, pursing the mouth, or constantly touching the face can make someone appear stressed or distracted. Even simple gestures like nodding excessively or speaking with uncertain vocal tone can reflect inner doubt. These subtle cues highlight a lack of self-assurance, sometimes more powerfully than words do. Using too much or too little space can also create problems. When people shrink into themselves, taking up minimal space, it can communicate hesitation or fear. Conversely, invading someone else's personal space due to nervous pacing or restless movements can be perceived as aggressive or intrusive. Finding a balance is key to expressing confidence through physical presence. Body language plays a major role in how people judge us before we even speak. Nervous habits and defensive postures can make others doubt your credibility or willingness to engage, which hurts both personal and professional relationships. When someone appears uneasy or closed off, it becomes harder for listeners to feel comfortable and trust the message being delivered. This can reduce opportunities for collaboration and damage first impressions in powerful ways. Awareness of these pitfalls is the first step toward changing them. Improving body language starts with becoming conscious of your own physical signals. Practicing steady eye contact without staring can build a sense of connection and confidence. Holding your head up with shoulders back helps project strength and presence, while relaxing your hands and avoiding unnecessary fidgeting calms your appearance. Adopting an open posture, such as uncrossed arms and facing people squarely, invites engagement and makes conversations feel more accessible. Smiling genuinely and maintaining a calm, even voice can reinforce the impression of self-assurance. It also helps to be mindful of how much space you take. Standing or sitting comfortably without shrinking or crowding signals you are confident and respectful of others' boundaries. If you feel anxious, grounding techniques like placing both feet firmly on the floor or gently pressing your palms together can stabilize your stance and reduce nervous gestures. Recording yourself or practicing in front of a mirror allows you to see what others see and correct any unconscious habits. Ultimately, body language is a skill that improves with attention and practice. Small adjustments can make interactions smoother and more productive while increasing your own sense of confidence. When you show calmness and openness physically, people respond positively. This improves both your self-image and the way others perceive you, creating opportunities for better communication and stronger relationships. Try focusing on one aspect at a time, such as maintaining eye contact or relaxing your shoulders, rather than trying to fix everything at once. Over time, these changes will become natural and reinforce a confident presence that supports your goals. Goals of the book. This book aims to help you understand how body language plays a crucial role in how others perceive you. Often, the way you carry yourself, your gestures, posture, and facial expressions speak louder than words. When you master body language, you can project confidence, approachability, and professionalism even before you speak. It's a tool that can open doors in your personal and professional life by making your interactions more effective and genuine. The primary goal is to teach practical strategies that you can start using immediately. This isn't about reading lengthy theories, but about applying simple, proven techniques to improve how you present yourself in various situations. Whether you're in a job interview, leading a meeting, or having a casual conversation, the aim is for you to feel more self-assured and aware of how your body influences your message. This book provides step-by-step guidance to develop habits that enhance your overall presence without overthinking every movement. Another important goal is to help you understand the common mistakes people make with body language and how to avoid them. Many of us are unaware of unconscious signals we send, which can sometimes undermine our intentions or portray nervousness, disinterest, or uncertainty. By recognizing these habits, you can work on replacing them with more confident, controlled gestures. The book aims to transform these unintentional signals into tools that support your goals and reinforce your message. The book emphasizes that improving body language is a practical process accessible to everyone. You don't need to be naturally charismatic or physically perfect. It's about becoming more aware of your body and intentionally using it to communicate effectively. With consistent practice, you can build habits that make your body language an asset rather than a hindrance. This approach ensures that the skills you develop are sustainable and naturally integrated into your daily life. A final goal is to make you more conscious of how body language interacts with verbal communication. Words matter, but they can be amplified or diminished by how you deliver them through your posture, gestures, and facial expressions. When these elements are aligned, your message becomes clearer and more convincing. The book guides you on how to create this harmony so that your nonverbal cues reinforce what you say, helping you connect genuinely with others and leave a lasting positive impression. Practicing simple mindful techniques, like maintaining good posture or making steady eye contact, can significantly boost your confidence. Even small changes, such as smiling more often or using open gestures, can dramatically improve how others perceive you. The goal is to build these habits gradually, so they feel natural rather than forced. This way, your body language becomes an authentic extension of your personality, making your interactions more effective and satisfying. Chapter 1. Recognizing Nervous Habits. Identifying signs of nervousness. Nervousness often manifests in distinct physical signs that can be observed during various situations. These signs are subtle, yet they convey a great deal about a person's emotional state. Common indicators of nervousness include fidgeting, which may manifest as tapping fingers, playing with hair, or adjusting clothing. These repetitive movements are often unconscious attempts to release pent-up energy. Sweating is another typical sign. Increased perspiration, particularly in the palms or on the forehead, can signal anxiety or discomfort, especially in stressful environments. Body posture can also reveal nervousness. For instance, crossed arms or legs might indicate a defensive posture, while slouching could signal a lack of confidence. Eye contact is crucial. Someone who is nervous may avoid looking directly at others or frequently glance away. Additionally, facial expressions often change, with tight lips or a forced smile revealing internal tension. Recognizing these physical cues can provide insight into how someone is feeling, allowing for better communication and understanding. To accurately observe signs of nervousness in yourself and others, self-awareness is essential. Begin by reflecting on your own body language in various scenarios. Do you notice yourself fidgeting when speaking in public or avoiding eye contact during tense conversations? Keeping a mental checklist of your physical responses can help you understand how your body communicates your feelings. When observing others, focus on their nonverbal cues. Pay attention to how they carry themselves, their hand movements, and facial expressions during discussions. If someone appears restless or becomes increasingly rigid, these may indicate discomfort or anxiety. It's also helpful to consider the context. A person who seems anxious in a job interview may not display the same level of nervousness in a casual setting. The key is to remain objective and mindful of the specific situation, as the same signs can have different meanings depending on the context. Practicing active listening can enhance your ability to discern nervousness in conversations. Engaging fully with what someone is saying alongside their body language helps create a more comprehensive understanding of their emotional state. Being aware of your own nervous habits and those of others not only improves personal interactions, but also fosters an empathetic environment where concerns can be openly addressed. To effectively recognize signs of nervousness in yourself and others, consider keeping a journal to track moments of anxiety and the subsequent physical reactions. This can aid in building awareness and improving your ability to manage such situations more confidently. By observing these signs, you can better navigate social dynamics and create an atmosphere of support in high-pressure environments. Common nervous body language cues. Try focusing on your posture in the next conversation you have. Standing or sitting upright with shoulders relaxed and head held at a natural angle can immediately reduce feelings of anxiety and make you appear more self-assured to others. The effects of nervousness on perception. Nervous habits, such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or stumbling over words, can send signals that suggest a lack of confidence. When someone exhibits these behaviors, others might interpret them as signs of anxiety, uncertainty, or even dishonesty. This perception can cause listeners to question the speaker's credibility or expertise, regardless of what they actually know. Over time, These habits may create a barrier to building trust, making it harder for the person to connect effectively with an audience or colleagues. Many people underestimate how much their nervous habits influence how they are perceived. Even small actions like tapping fingers or playing with jewelry can distract listeners or seem unprofessional. These habits often develop as a response to feeling nervous and can become ingrained over time. When others notice these behaviors, they might unconsciously see the person as less competent or in control, which can undermine the speaker's confidence and the overall impression they leave behind. For individuals aiming to project confidence, understanding how nervous habits affect perception is crucial. Recognizing these behaviors early allows for targeted practice to minimize them. Simple techniques like increasing awareness through recording oneself or seeking feedback can help identify areas needing improvement. In constructive environments, practicing mindfulness or deep breathing can also reduce nervous movements, making behaviors less obvious and more controlled during important interactions. Ultimately, awareness of how nervous habits influence perceptions highlights the importance of self-monitoring and gradual change. Small efforts to curb distracting behaviors can lead to a more confident presentation and stronger credibility. When others see consistency and composure, they are more likely to trust the person's words and leadership, improving both personal and professional relationships. Common nervous behaviors include speech fillers such as like, or well, which can detract from the clarity and professionalism of a message. Fidgeting, such as tapping pins or bouncing legs, often signals discomfort and can make the speaker seem restless or distracted. Excessive blinking or avoiding eye contact might suggest dishonesty or lack of confidence, causing audiences to become wary or disengaged. Nervous behaviors also manifest physically through trembling hands, sweating, or a shaky voice. These signs draw attention away from the content being delivered and can diminish the perceived authority of the speaker. When credibility is compromised, it becomes more difficult to persuade or influence others, especially in situations like job interviews, public speaking, or leadership roles. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step toward reducing their impact. For instance, practicing speech in front of a mirror or recording oneself can reveal tendencies that go unnoticed. Developing habits like pause for breath instead of filling silences with or consciously maintaining eye contact can significantly improve professionalism. Physical techniques such as proper posture and controlled breathing can also help manage physiological signs of nervousness, making these behaviors less prominent. Improving awareness and controlling nervous behaviors take consistent effort. Instead of striving for perfection right away, begin by focusing on 1 or 2 habits at a time. For example, if you tend to fidget, try clasping your hands in your lap or resting them on the table. Small, intentional adjustments can gradually enhance your credibility and make your interactions more impactful. Remember, confidence grows not only from mastering the content, but also from appearing calm, composed, and reliable in how you present yourself. Chapter 2: The Foundations of Confidence. Defining confidence in body language. Confidence in body language encompasses how we present ourselves through gestures, posture, and facial expressions. It goes beyond mere self-assurance. It's about how our physical presence communicates messages to those around us. In personal and professional settings, body language can significantly affect perceptions and interactions. Strong body language signals authority, sincerity, and approachability, which can lead to more positive outcomes in various scenarios, such as negotiations, interviews, or everyday conversations. When someone walks into a room with head held high and shoulders back, they are not just showing that they feel good about themselves. They are also conveying a sense of confidence that others can easily pick up on. This belief in oneself, reflected through body language, often attracts others and invites engagement. On the flip side, slouched posture or lack of eye contact may send signals of insecurity or disinterest, even if that is not the intention. Understanding the power of these nonverbal cues is crucial, as they can enhance or hinder one's effectiveness in any situation. Distinct body language cues can convey confidence in ways that words sometimes cannot. For instance, maintaining eye contact with an audience demonstrates engagement and assertiveness. When someone looks directly at others while speaking, it builds trust and shows that they are comfortable in their skin. On the contrary, avoiding eye contact may suggest discomfort or uncertainty. Another key aspect of confident body language is the use of open gestures. Crossing arms or closed fists can create barriers, while open palms and relaxed arms invite positive interaction. Posture plays a crucial role as well. Standing tall with a straight back and feet firmly planted gives the impression of strength and stability. This physical stance not only fuels external perceptions, but can also influence one's internal feelings of confidence. People who practice this stance often report feeling more rejuvenated and energized. Moreover, the pace and rhythm of movements can also affect the message conveyed. Walking with purpose can enhance your confidence level, as it suggests decisiveness and clarity in intentions. Facial expressions are another layer of communication that contribute to confident body language. A genuine smile can disarm tension and foster goodwill. When smiling, people are perceived as more approachable, creating a comfortable atmosphere for conversation. Complimenting a smile with a nod during discussion shows acknowledgement and engagement. This multifaceted approach to body language not only shapes how leaders and peers view an individual, but also influences one's self-perception. Practicing these body language cues can lead to a powerful transformation in how one is perceived and how they perceive themselves. Regular self-awareness in both personal and professional situations can help reinforce these behaviors until they become second nature. Whether it's preparing for a job interview or entering a social gathering, integrating confident body language can significantly improve interactions and lead to more favorable impressions. Being mindful of these subtle yet impactful signals can enhance communication and foster connections. Building self-awareness. Self-awareness serves as the foundation for understanding how you communicate beyond words. Your body language, posture, facial expressions, gestures, and eye contact often says more about your feelings and intentions than your spoken language. When you become aware of these nonverbal cues, you can better understand how others perceive you and how your behavior influences interactions. For example, crossing your arms might unintentionally signal defensiveness or discomfort, even if you feel confident inside. Recognizing these habits helps you adjust to present yourself more effectively and connect genuinely with others. Many people operate on autopilot when it comes to body language. Facial expressions might reflect boredom or irritation without them realizing it. By tuning into your physical signals, you gain insight into your emotional state and how it spills into communication. This insight can prevent misunderstandings that arise from mismatched verbal and nonverbal messages. When your body language aligns with your words, your message carries more weight and authenticity. Understanding your body language also reveals patterns linked to stress or distraction. When you're anxious, you might tap your foot or avoid eye contact, which can undermine your credibility. By noticing these signals in yourself, you open up opportunities to manage stress more consciously. This understanding is not about judging yourself, but about becoming curious and attentive, allowing you to take control of your presence in conversations and meetings. In professional settings, self-awareness about body language can influence how leadership, teamwork, and negotiations unfold. People respond not just to what is said, but how it's said through tone and body posture. Recognizing this helps you create a more positive environment and engage others in more meaningful ways. Self-awareness acts like a mirror, reflecting the real you and offering clues on how to adjust for clearer communication with colleagues, clients, and friends. Reflective practice is a powerful tool for expanding self-awareness. One effective approach is to set aside time after interactions to think about your body language. Consider questions like, what posture did I hold? How did my face express my emotions? Did my gestures support or distract from my message? By honestly answering these questions, you gather valuable feedback that often goes unnoticed in the moment. Recording your observations in a journal can help track patterns and highlight changes over time. Recording yourself during a presentation or casual conversation offers another dimension of insight. Watching the playback allows you to notice subtle habits such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or stiff movements. Many people are surprised at how different their self-perception is compared to what others see. Identifying these differences creates opportunities to practice new, more effective behaviors. This process is not about perfection, but about becoming aware enough to make conscious choices. Mindfulness exercises can deepen your connection to body language signals. By paying close attention to how your body feels in various moments, you develop an ability to catch yourself before old habits take over. For example, you might notice tension building in your shoulders or a shift in your breathing when you feel nervous. These physical clues are gateways to emotional awareness. Regular mindfulness practice encourages a calm presence, which positively influences how your body naturally presents itself. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or colleagues can support your reflection efforts. Sometimes, others notice behaviors you might miss. Request specific comments about your nonverbal communication and be open to what they share. This external perspective, combined with your observations, creates a fuller picture of your body language habits. Over time, this ongoing reflection and feedback loop can help you cultivate more intentional and authentic interactions. A simple yet effective tip is to develop a daily habit of checking in with yourself. Pause during the day to briefly observe your body. Are you slouched, relaxed, engaged? This small moment of self-awareness can build into a larger practice of tuning into how you communicate without words. When you catch yourself drifting into unhelpful gestures or expressions, you can gently redirect your behavior to better reflect your true intentions and feelings. The role of posture and presence. Posture acts as the physical foundation for how we are perceived by others. When you stand straight with your shoulders back and head held high, it sends a clear message of confidence. People instinctively read posture as a reflection of self-assurance. Slouched or closed-off positions can suggest insecurity or disinterest. Having good posture not only influences others' impressions, but also impacts how you feel internally. Improved posture can boost your confidence and reduce feelings of anxiety. Essentially, your body language communicates more than words ever can, shaping how others see you and how you see yourself. Maintaining an upright posture helps establish a commanding presence, making it easier to capture attention and gain respect. Whether in meetings, social events, or interviews, your physical stance plays a crucial role in how seriously you are taken. A relaxed but upright posture creates a sense of calm and control, making you appear approachable yet authoritative. Over time, paying attention to your posture can become a natural habit, reinforcing your sense of confidence and authenticity. Recognizing the importance of this nonverbal cue opens the door to managing first impressions more effectively and projecting a strong sense of self even before speaking a word. Some simple signs indicate a confident presence through posture: standing tall with shoulders back, maintaining an open chest, and keeping your head level. These small adjustments can significantly influence how others interpret your attitude. Conversely, slumping or crossing your arms may unintentionally signal defensiveness or discomfort, undermining your presence. By consciously adopting open and balanced postures, you not only communicate confidence outwardly, but register a similar attitude internally. This awareness of how posture influences perception emphasizes its key role in creating a sense of authority and trust in professional and personal settings. Building confident posture habits starts with becoming more aware of how you position your body throughout the day. Regularly checking in to notice whether you are slouching, leaning forward, or closing off your stance helps you make quick adjustments. Simple cues like pulling your shoulders slightly back, lengthening your spine, and opening your chest promote a more powerful stance. Practices such as standing against a wall or in front of a mirror can reinforce good habits and help you get comfortable with maintaining an upright, open posture. Over time, these small adjustments become second nature, supporting your overall presence. Breathing deeply and evenly can also influence posture directly. When you breathe fully, your chest expands naturally, encouraging an open chest and upright stance. Avoid shallow breathing, which often leads to hunching or slouching since the body responds to limited oxygen with contraction or inward movement. Incorporating breathing exercises into your routine can reinforce relaxed yet alert body language. Additionally, maintaining eye contact and using gestures purposefully can complement your posture, reinforcing confidence and engagement. These nonverbal cues work together to create a compelling presence, making others more likely to listen and respond positively. Integrating mindful posture adjustments into daily routines can be as simple as setting reminders or practicing in low-pressure environments. For instance, before meetings, take a moment to straighten your back, roll your shoulders back, and take a deep breath. These actions prepare your body and mind to project confidence naturally. Remember, consistency is key. By consciously practicing good posture regularly, it becomes an integral part of how you carry yourself. In the end, a little awareness combined with deliberate action can profoundly influence your ability to appear confident and establish a solid presence in any situation. Chapter 3: Posture and Stance Techniques. Open versus closed postures. Open and closed postures significantly influence how we communicate and interact with others. Open postures involve body positions that are relaxed and inviting, such as uncrossed arms and legs, facing someone directly, and maintaining an open stance. These positions convey confidence, willingness, and approachability. Conversely, closed postures can include crossed arms, turned bodies, and fidgeting, which may signal defensiveness, discomfort, or even disengagement. Understanding these nonverbal cues helps us recognize how our body language impacts others and how we perceive ourselves in various situations. The psychological impact of body language is profound. Open postures can foster trust and encourage open communication in conversations, making others feel at ease. When someone adopts an open stance, they are more likely to connect positively with their audience, leading to more productive discussions. On the other hand, closed postures can create barriers. They may cause misunderstandings or prevent strong connections from forming. People often react subconsciously to body language cues, so being aware of your own posture can change the dynamics of any interaction. Adopting open postures involves conscious effort and practice. One effective technique is to mind your arms and hands. Keeping your arms uncrossed and your hands visible communicates transparency and confidence. If you're seated, avoid crossing your legs or leaning back excessively. Instead, sit upright with your feet flat on the ground. This position helps you maintain an engaging demeanor that suggests you are involved and interested in the conversation. Eye contact is another crucial aspect of open body language. Maintaining appropriate eye contact shows attentiveness and respect towards others. Aim for a balance that feels comfortable. You don't want to stare, but you also don't want to avoid making contact entirely. Alongside eye contact, smiling naturally can further enhance the warmth of your open posture. A genuine smile can be disarming and invites reciprocation, making others feel more welcome in your presence. Additionally, practice mirroring the postures of those you're speaking with. Subtly adopting similar body language can create a sense of connection and familiarity, encouraging openness. This technique can be especially useful in negotiation or team environments. Lastly, take a moment to self-assess. Before entering important meetings or social gatherings, check in with your own posture, ensuring it is open and inviting. Small adjustments can lead to significant changes in how others perceive you and how you feel about yourself in those settings. Maintaining an upright stance. Standing tall immediately changes how others perceive you. An upright stance sends a clear message of self-assurance and competence. When your posture is steady and open, it signals that you are calm, prepared, and in control. This kind of body language can influence the way people respond to you, often encouraging respect and attentiveness without a word being spoken. Beyond simply looking confident, maintaining good posture affects your own mental state as well. Studies show that standing upright can enhance mood and reduce feelings of stress. It anchors you in the present moment, helping maintain focus during conversations or tasks. Poor posture, in contrast, can make you appear nervous, unsure, or disengaged, which may undermine your ability to make a strong impression. The way you carry yourself also shapes your physical health. Sitting or standing with a slouched back can lead to muscle fatigue and tension, while an upright position supports your spine and improves breathing. This physical foundation supports your emotional and psychological well-being, creating a cycle where confidence and posture reinforce each other. Achieving and sustaining an upright stance requires awareness and practice. Begin by positioning your feet hip-width apart, distributing your weight evenly. Imagine a straight line running from the top of your head down through your spine to your feet, allowing your shoulders to relax without slumping forward. Keeping your chest open and your chin slightly elevated helps prevent the tendency to hunch or tilt your head downward, which can signal insecurity. During interactions, staying mindful of your posture can be challenging but highly rewarding. Try to check in with your body periodically, gently adjusting any slouching or leaning that occurs. Deep, steady breaths also encourage a natural lifting of the chest and help maintain calmness in your demeanor. Engaging your core muscles will support your lower back and prevent fatigue from dragging your posture down over time. Practicing in front of a mirror or recording your stance during conversations can provide valuable feedback, helping you recognize habitual posture mistakes. Incorporating small stretches and movement breaks throughout your day keeps your muscles flexible and ready to support you. With consistent effort, an upright posture becomes less of a conscious effort and more of a natural way you present yourself, enhancing your presence in any setting. Remember, posture isn't about rigidity, but about alignment and ease. Your goal is to appear approachable and confident without seeming stiff. Subtle adjustments, like keeping your shoulders balanced and your gaze level, contribute to a composed and assertive image that positively shapes how others engage with you. Using posture to convey confidence. Posture is more than just how you stand or sit. It's a powerful nonverbal cue that can influence how others see you and how you feel about yourself. When you hold your body confidently, it sends a message that you are self-assured and in control. People tend to trust someone who appears strong and steady because good posture signals stability and competence. Conversely, slouched or tense positions might make you seem unsure or disconnected, even if you feel confident inside. Your posture can either reinforce your inner confidence or undermine it, often without you realizing it. By paying attention to how you carry yourself, you can shape others' perceptions in your favor. Many successful individuals understand that how they present themselves physically can create an immediate impression of confidence. For instance, standing tall with shoulders back and chin up can make you seem more capable and assertive. It's easy to underestimate the subtle power of a straight spine or relaxed, open gestures, but they can be incredibly effective. Recognizing the influence of posture helps you take control of how others see your presence, even before you speak a word. Body language plays a huge role in social dynamics. People form opinions about you in seconds based on your posture, gait, and facial expressions. If your body language exudes confidence, others are more likely to listen to you, respect your opinions, and consider you credible. Posture is also linked with mindset. Standing confidently can actually boost your mood and reduce feelings of nervousness. When you project confidence externally, it tends to reinforce how you internally feel, creating a positive feedback loop that makes you more resilient in different situations. Not all postures are created equal in conveying assurance. Some positions naturally exude confidence, such as standing with your feet shoulder-width apart, hands relaxed at your sides, or lightly clasped in front of you, and your chest open. Even in tense circumstances, maintaining a position of openness, without crossing your arms or legs defensively, can project strength. It's about being aware of your body language and choosing postures that signal authority and calmness. Over time, these habits can become second nature, equipping you to face new challenges with a more confident stance. In everyday interactions, simple adjustments to your posture can make a noticeable difference. When entering a room, walk with your shoulders back and head held high. Keep your chin level rather than lowered or tilted up. When sitting, sit upright with your back straight, feet flat on the floor, and avoid slouching. This posture not only suggests that you're alert and engaged, but also helps you feel more grounded and assertive. If you're in a meeting or giving a presentation, leaning slightly forward can demonstrate interest and confidence, while maintaining eye contact signals engagement and sincerity. Using open gestures can reinforce your confidence. Instead of crossing your arms, keep your hands resting lightly on the table or in your lap. When making points, use deliberate hand movements to emphasize your words. This shows you're comfortable speaking and confident in what you're saying. When addressing a group, standing tall with your chest open and shoulders relaxed portrays authority. Even on a video call, these postural cues can be maintained by sitting upright and avoiding slouching, which might suggest disinterest or uncertainty. Practicing power poses for a few minutes before important meetings can have a real impact on your confidence levels. Such poses include standing with your hands on your hips or stretching your arms overhead. These positions expand your body and send a signal of strength to your brain. Additionally, taking deep, slow breaths while maintaining good posture can reduce feelings of anxiety and help you appear more composed. Remember, the goal is consistency. Adopting these body language habits regularly will make them feel more natural, enabling you to convey assurance in any context. When in doubt, focus on aligning your posture with your intent. If you want to appear confident and authoritative, consciously check your stance, keep your shoulders back, and breathe steadily. Smiling briefly can also soften your presence without undermining authority. All these small cues work together to craft a more formidable and trustworthy image. By training yourself to be conscious of your body language, you'll naturally develop a posture that exudes confidence, helping you establish credibility and influence in various situations. Chapter 4: Eye Contact Strategies. The importance of eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful tool in communication that helps convey confidence and establishes trust. When you engage with someone while maintaining eye contact, it signals that you are present and genuinely interested in the conversation. This nonverbal cue can make your interactions feel more personal and meaningful. When speaking with someone, looking into their eyes can exhibit confidence, which encourages them to respond positively. People often feel more connected to those who engage them directly through eye contact. This connection can enhance relationships, whether in personal settings or within professional scenarios. Studies show that effective eye contact can lead to stronger relationships. For example, when someone holds your gaze, it fosters a sense of understanding and empathy. In the workplace, maintaining eye contact during meetings can demonstrate your commitment and respect for your colleagues' opinions, which can influence the dynamics of the team. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact may suggest disinterest or even nervousness, which can hinder effective communication. Recognizing this can help you adjust your approach to interactions, ensuring that you come across as more engaged and trustworthy. To effectively use eye contact, it's important to practice various techniques that can improve your comfort level. One practical tip is to focus on the other person's eyes for a few seconds and then break your gaze. This technique prevents your stare from becoming uncomfortable while allowing you to maintain a connection throughout the conversation. Additionally, using the triangle method, where you shift your gaze between the person's eyes and mouth, can help keep the conversation dynamic while ensuring you stay engaged. Another effective practice is to be aware of cultural differences regarding eye contact. In some cultures, maintaining eye contact is a sign of respect, while in others, it may be considered rude. Being mindful of these differences can enhance your communication skills in various settings. Also, when speaking in a group, naturally scan the room and make eye contact with different individuals. This approach not only includes everyone in the conversation, but also displays confidence and leadership. Remember to balance your eye contact. Too little may come off as disengaged, while too much can feel overwhelming. Strive for a natural rhythm in your interactions, allowing for connection without discomfort. Regular practice of these techniques can lead to more confident interactions. Focus on building a habit of eye contact during everyday conversations, whether with friends, family, or colleagues. This practice reinforces your ability to connect with others and can significantly improve your personal and professional relationships. Balancing eye contact and blink rate. Eye contact serves as one of the most powerful tools in communication. When done right, it signals confidence, attentiveness, and trustworthiness. Yet, maintaining the perfect balance is crucial because too much eye contact can come across as intimidating or aggressive, while too little can make you seem disinterested or uncertain. Alongside eye contact, the rate at which you blink influences how others perceive your engagement and comfort level. A natural blink rate helps to avoid appearing nervous or evasive. People generally maintain eye contact for about 50 to 60% of a conversation when they want to appear confident and engaged. This is enough to show interest without overwhelming the other person. Meanwhile, an average blink rate is roughly 15 to 20 blinks per minute in typical situations. When stress or nervousness increases, this rate can either spike or drop, both of which might send unintended signals. Managing these subtle cues is essential for anyone who wants to project calm assurance. Understanding these aspects means appreciating that eye contact and blinking work together as nonverbal signals. They help communicate feelings and attitudes that words alone cannot always express. If the balance shifts too far in either direction, the message you send might change completely, potentially undermining the confidence you want to show. In essence, mastering how to balance eye contact with a natural blink rate is key to creating a confident presence in any social or professional setting. One way to regulate eye contact naturally is to practice focusing on different parts of the face rather than staring directly into the eyes continuously. Shifting your gaze slowly between the eyes, nose, and mouth creates a more relaxed and approachable presence. When you do this, your eye contact feels intentional but not intimidating, giving the other person space to feel comfortable in the interaction. Controlling blink rate often comes down to awareness and practice. Pay attention to how often you blink in everyday conversations, especially when you feel nervous or under pressure. If your blinking becomes rapid or uneven, try to slow it down by breathing deeply and consciously relaxing your face muscles. This will help your eyelids move naturally and prevent the appearance of anxiety. It can also help to pause briefly during conversations, not just with your words, but with your eye contact. Slightly breaking eye contact by looking away for a moment can be refreshing for both parties. These small breaks prevent the interaction from feeling like an intense stare down. At the same time, maintaining consistent eye contact during key moments, like when making a point or listening carefully, reinforces your confidence and engagement. Visual exercises, like practicing in front of a mirror or recording yourself, offer valuable feedback about your eye contact and blink patterns. This self-awareness allows you to make adjustments without feeling self-conscious when conversing with others. Over time, these adjustments become instinctive, resulting in a natural, confident demeanor that people respond to positively. Remember that maintaining balance means there is no one-size-fits-all approach. Cultural differences and individual personality traits play a role. Some environments or situations might require more direct eye contact, while others call for softer, more occasional glances. Being sensitive to these nuances while staying calm with your blinking habits will help you adapt confidently wherever you are. A practical tip to improve your presence is to breathe steadily and avoid rushing your interactions. When you slow your breathing, you naturally maintain a more regular blink rate and avoid the intensity that sometimes comes from prolonged, unbroken eye contact. This rhythm not only helps you appear more poised, but also makes the communication more comfortable and genuine for both you and your conversation partner. Techniques for maintaining engagement. Effective eye contact is a powerful way to build trust and connection during conversations. It shows you are paying attention and genuinely interested in the other person. Instead of staring fixedly, aim for natural, relaxed eye contact that lasts for about 3 to 5 seconds at a time. When you look away, do so smoothly and naturally. Then return your gaze to continue engaging. This balance prevents the conversation from feeling intense or intimidating and helps establish a comfortable rhythm for both parties. Pay attention to the other person's eye contact patterns. If they maintain strong eye contact, mirror their level of engagement by doing the same. If they shy away or look elsewhere frequently, adjust your eye contact accordingly to avoid making them feel uncomfortable. Responding in this way signals that you understand and respect their comfort zone, which keeps the interaction flowing smoothly. Remember, eye contact should feel like a conversation, not a stare down. Small shifts, like blinking naturally or softening your gaze, help keep your eye contact inviting rather than intimidating. Use eye contact to emphasize key points during your conversation. When you want to highlight something important, hold their gaze a moment longer. This draws attention and reinforces your message. Conversely, when listening to the other person, maintain consistent eye contact to signal active listening. Pair this with attentive facial expressions and nodding to show you are engaged. Avoid looking around the room or glancing at your phone, as these signals can distract from the connection you're trying to build. Developing this balance takes practice, but over time, it becomes an instinctual part of your communication style. Practicing purposeful breaks in eye contact can also strengthen your engagement. For example, during storytelling, look away briefly to gather your thoughts, then return your gaze to maintain connection. It prevents eye contact from feeling forced or intense and keeps the interaction relaxed. When the conversation flows smoothly, eye contact naturally becomes a fleeting exchange. Sometimes you look directly at them, sometimes you glance aside. This rhythm makes the interaction feel more genuine and spontaneous, rather than staged or overly deliberate. To make eye contact feel more authentic, focus on combining it with genuine smiles and attentive expressions. When you notice the other person is explaining something passionately or smiling, reflect that emotion with your own eyes. Authenticity in your nonverbal communication encourages the other person to stay open and engaged. If you notice signs of discomfort, such as avoiding eye contact or fidgeting, adjust your approach by softening your gaze or offering a warm smile. Remember, the goal isn't to maintain perfect eye contact, but to create a sense of mutual engagement that feels comfortable and sincere. Listening carefully to nonverbal cues is essential for keeping the conversation flowing naturally. If someone leans in slightly, it generally signals interest and a desire to connect more deeply. If they cross their arms or turn away, they might feel uncomfortable or disengaged. Paying attention to these signs allows you to adjust your approach, perhaps by softening your tone, asking a different question, or giving them space. Recognizing and respecting these cues demonstrates empathy and helps foster a more relaxed interaction. Observe facial expressions, posture, and vocal tone to gauge how the other person is feeling. A smile or nod typically indicates approval or understanding, while a furrowed brow or frown suggests confusion or disagreement. When you notice these signals, respond thoughtfully, clarify your message, ask for their perspective, or offer reassurance. Matching their energy level, whether it's enthusiasm or calmness, can also help align your communication style with theirs, promoting mutual engagement. The key is to see these cues as a two-way street, where your awareness influences how you steer the conversation. Responding appropriately to cues involves adjusting your communication without interrupting their flow. For instance, if you sense boredom or impatience, you might change the topic or introduce a more engaging question. Conversely, if they seem excited or interested, you can deepen the discussion by sharing related stories or insights. This responsiveness shows that you are attuned to their feelings and helps keep the exchange lively and relevant. Remember, engaging conversations aren't just about what you say, but about how you listen and adapt based on the signals received. Developing this skill takes practice. For example, during meetings or social interactions, try to consciously note how others respond to your words and body language. When you notice a change, such as a decrease in eye contact or a shift in posture, pause and evaluate whether you need to clarify, listen more, or change direction. Over time, you'll become better at reading these cues instinctively, making your interactions more engaging and mutually satisfying. Focusing on genuine curiosity and patience allows your responses to flow naturally, fostering real connections that last beyond the moment. A simple but effective tip is to pause periodically during your conversations to scan for cues, then respond thoughtfully. This prevents the interaction from feeling hurried or one-sided. By doing this, you ensure both parties remain involved and interested, creating a sense of shared engagement. The effort you put into observing and responding to cues will make your conversations more meaningful, encouraging ongoing dialogue rather than superficial exchanges. Keep in mind that the best communicators are those who listen as much as they speak, and do so with awareness and care. Chapter 5: Facial Expressions and Microexpressions. Reading and using facial cues. Facial expressions serve as a universal language, conveying emotions that words often fail to express. A smile can indicate happiness, while a furrowed brow may reveal confusion or concern. Microexpressions, which are brief and fleeting facial expressions, can provide even deeper insights into a person's true feelings. These involuntary signals often last only a fraction of a second, and they can reveal emotions like anger, fear, disgust, or sadness that may not be evident through verbal communication. Learning to recognize these subtle cues can be key to understanding others more accurately. Take, for example, a situation where someone says they are happy, but their eyebrows are raised in surprise and their mouth is tight. This combination of cues may suggest that they are not entirely comfortable with their happiness or are masking another feeling. Understanding the context of these expressions is crucial, as the same facial cue can mean different things depending on the situation. Cultural backgrounds also play a significant role in how emotions are expressed. Thus, being aware of these differences can enhance your ability to read emotional signals effectively. Displaying genuine facial cues can significantly impact how others perceive you. When meeting someone for the first time, A warm smile can help set the tone for a positive interaction. Research shows that people are more likely to respond favorably when they feel welcomed through open and friendly facial expressions. It's important to practice conscious use of expressions like smiling, nodding, or maintaining an inviting demeanor. This not only helps convey confidence, but also encourages positive communication. Self-awareness is key when it comes to managing your own facial expressions. Try standing in front of a mirror and practicing various expressions to see how they feel and look. You can begin with simple smiling, frowning, or raising your eyebrows in surprise. Notice how these actions change your body language and energy. Furthermore, focusing on maintaining a relaxed face can help project calmness and confidence when engaging with others, making your interactions more effective. Being genuine in your expressions helps foster trust and rapport, as people can sense authenticity and are more likely to respond positively. To enhance your ability to read and express emotions, consider keeping a daily journal of social interactions. Note the facial cues you observed in others and your own responses. This practice can help you identify patterns in expressions and learn to adjust your own facial cues accordingly, creating a cycle of improved interpersonal communication. Controlling unconscious expressions. Unconscious facial expressions are those fleeting, involuntary movements that occur without our awareness. These microexpressions often last just a fraction of a second, yet carry strong emotional signals that others pick up on instantly. Because they are subconscious, they reveal truths about our feelings and thoughts before our conscious mind has time to filter or manage them. When it comes to perceived confidence, these small gestures play a powerful role. A person who thinks they appear confident but shows brief signs of anxiety or doubt through subtle facial cues may be perceived as less assured by others, even if their words suggest otherwise. This can create a disconnect between what is said and how it is received, affecting first impressions and ongoing communication. The human brain is wired to detect these microexpressions quickly, often subconsciously, and responds to them as reliable indicators of genuine emotions. For example, a quick tightening of the lips, a slight furrowing of the brow, or a barely noticeable eye movement can suggest stress, uncertainty, or discomfort. These signals influence how authentic and trustworthy someone appears. As a result, people who manage to align their facial expressions with their internal state tend to project a stronger presence. Understanding this link between unconscious facial expressions and social perception is a key step in developing a confident appearance that resonates authentically with others. Recognizing your own microexpressions begins with self-awareness and mindfulness. Paying close attention to your face during different emotional states can help you identify which unconscious expressions you tend to display. One effective way is to record yourself during conversations or presentations and review the footage to notice brief changes in facial muscles. Becoming familiar with these patterns allows you to take control over time. When you catch yourself showing tension or doubt, you can consciously soften or adjust your face to maintain a neutral or positive expression. Controlling microexpressions also involves training your facial muscles to support a calm and confident look. Practicing in front of a mirror or with a coach can help build muscle memory for expressions that convey assurance, such as a relaxed forehead, gentle eye contact, and a slight, natural smile. This doesn't mean forcing a fake smile, but rather finding a balance where your expression feels both comfortable and confident. Breathing techniques also play a role, as slow, deliberate breaths reduce nervous tension that often triggers unwanted facial cues. When you regulate your breathing, your facial muscles tend to relax, allowing your expressions to match your intended message more closely. Regulation of microexpressions is not about suppression, but about awareness and adjustment. Learning to pause before reacting helps prevent sudden, revealing expressions from escaping. This pause gives you time to consciously soften or alter your facial movements. Additionally, Maintaining eye contact without staring can enhance credibility while avoiding signals of anxiety like rapid blinking or darting eyes. Over time, this practice reduces the frequency of unconscious expressions that undermine confidence, helping you cultivate a composed front that commands respect and trust. These skills improve with patience and mindful practice, making the management of unconscious expressions a practical tool for anyone seeking to strengthen their presence. One helpful tip is to become familiar with common stress-induced microexpressions, such as lip biting, nostril flaring, or subtle brow knitting. By recognizing these as signals of internal tension, you can prepare to counterbalance them with calming gestures, like a gentle exhale or a small relaxation of the jaw. Instead of trying to erase all emotion, aim for expressions that show engagement and control. This way, your face becomes an honest reflection of confidence rather than a battleground of conflicting signals. Displaying approachable expressions. Your face is often the first thing others notice, especially in social interactions. The way your facial expressions come across plays a crucial role in showing confidence, but it also determines how approachable you seem. When you display open, relaxed expressions, people tend to feel more comfortable approaching you and engaging in conversation. Conversely, if you look tense or disinterested, others might hesitate to start a dialogue. Clear, approachable facial cues help break down barriers, creating an inviting vibe that encourages connection. Recognizing the impact of these expressions can make a significant difference in building positive relationships, whether in personal or professional settings. One simple way to show warmth is by maintaining a genuine smile. This doesn't mean forcing a big grin, but rather a soft, natural smile that reaches your eyes. When people see your eyes slightly crinkled and relaxed, it signals sincerity and friendliness. Making gentle eye contact also helps because it shows you're engaged and interested without being intimidating. Nodding occasionally when listening demonstrates attentiveness and encourages others to share more. As you interact, keep your eyebrows relaxed and your facial muscles relaxed rather than tense or stiff, which can give off a closed-off or unapproachable vibe. Practicing these microexpressions can help others feel more comfortable and open up more easily during conversations. A small tip is to mirror the facial cues of the person you're talking to gently. This can increase rapport and make your interactions warmer and more inviting. Chapter 6. Gestures and Hand Movements. Effective gestures for confidence. Purposeful gestures play a significant role in how we communicate and express confidence. When we use our hands and body to emphasize our words, we create a stronger connection with our audience. This connection is crucial, especially in professional settings where conveying assurance can influence perceptions and outcomes. Effective gestures support our verbal messages, making them more memorable and impactful. When speaking, confident gestures can help establish authority, clarify points, and engage listeners more thoroughly. Confidence is not just about what we say, but how we say it. Subtle movements, such as open palms or a firm stance, can signal confidence and readiness. On the other hand, closed-off gestures, like crossed arms or fidgeting, might convey insecurity or discomfort. By being intentional with our gestures, we can project assurance, control, and dynamism, making others more likely to trust and listen to us. The key is to align your gestures with your message rather than distract from it. Practicing confident hand movements does not have to be complicated. Start by observing how you naturally use your hands when communicating. If you notice that you often keep your hands hidden or fidget with them, try to consciously adjust this behavior. One effective technique is to use open hand gestures. Opening your palms while speaking can make you appear more approachable and trustworthy. This simple action invites others to engage with you while reinforcing your message. Another way to enhance your gestures is by incorporating dynamic movements. Rather than keeping your hands rigid at your sides or making small, erratic gestures, try wide, fluid movements that match the rhythm of your speech. When discussing significant points, consider using your hands to illustrate or highlight these ideas, drawing attention and reinforcing your words. Practicing in front of a mirror or recording yourself can help identify areas for improvement, making you more aware of your body language. Finally, timing and context matter when using gestures. Align your movements with natural pauses in your speech to emphasize key messages. Avoid overwhelming your audience with too much motion, which can be distracting. Aim for a balance where your gestures complement your vocal tone and facial expressions, creating an engaging narrative that captures attention. Train yourself to integrate these practices into your daily conversations and presentations. The more you practice, the more naturally confident gestures will become. Think about the context of your communication and adapt your gestures accordingly. In a formal meeting, more subdued and precise movements may be appropriate, while a presentation could allow for more animated gestures. Tailoring your gestures to fit the situation enhances your credibility and signals awareness of the environment. Confidence is as much about awareness as it is about vocal strength, so being mindful of both can significantly improve how others perceive you. Avoiding nervous gestures. Nervous gestures are often small, unconscious movements that people make when they feel anxious or uncertain. These can include tapping fingers, biting lips, fidgeting with objects, crossing and uncrossing arms, or avoiding eye contact. While these actions may seem harmless, they can send powerful signals to others, sometimes revealing a lack of confidence or discomfort. When someone frequently fidgets or avoids direct interaction, it can make them appear less trustworthy or unsure of themselves, even if they feel confident inside. Recognizing these gestures in yourself is the first step toward controlling them and projecting a stronger sense of self-assurance. Our bodies often react to stress long before our minds can fully process the situation. When facing pressure, nervous gestures provide a temporary release of tension but can undermine the impression we want to make. For instance, repeatedly tapping a foot or playing with hair during a conversation may distract others or make them question your focus. The challenge lies in becoming aware that these habits exist and understanding how others might interpret them. In professional or social settings, where first impressions matter, managing your body language effectively can make a significant difference in how confident and competent you come across. The key to overcoming nervous gestures is awareness and practice. Start by observing yourself in stressful situations like meetings or presentations, either through a mirror or by recording video. This self-check allows you to notice habits that you might not be aware of. Once identified, work on gradually minimizing these actions by consciously pausing and replacing them with more controlled movements. For example, instead of tapping your fingers, try resting your hands calmly on your lap or the table. Keeping your hands visible and steady often signals confidence and openness. Another useful approach is to focus on purposeful breathing and grounding techniques. When feeling nervous, taking slow, deep breaths can reduce tension and help calm the mind and body. Pair this with a subtle grounding movement, like pressing your feet firmly on the floor or settling your weight evenly when standing. These small adjustments help anchor you physically, reducing the impulse to fidget. Additionally, using intentional gestures, like slow and deliberate hand movements when speaking, can convey certainty and make interactions smoother. Replacing nervous habits with signs of assurance also involves managing your gaze and facial expressions. Maintaining relaxed eye contact demonstrates engagement and confidence. If you notice yourself frequently looking away or blinking rapidly, try to focus on the speaker's eyes or the center of their face, which can feel less intimidating but still shows attentiveness. Smiling gently at appropriate moments not only improves how others perceive you, but also helps reduce your own anxiety, creating a positive feedback loop that encourages calmness. In moments when stress threatens to take over, Having a mental cue or action can help. Some people benefit from silently counting to 3 before responding or gently pressing their thumb and forefinger together to remind themselves to stay grounded. Over time, these small habits can replace nervous tics and become automatic signs of poise and control. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all movement, but to choose movements that support the confident image you want to project. Paying attention to these details and practicing regularly will gradually change how your body expresses your inner feelings. Confidence is as much about what you do with your body as what you believe in your mind. By controlling nervous gestures, you give yourself a greater chance to be seen as composed and self-assured in any situation. Using hands to emphasize points. Gestures, especially hand movements, play a crucial role in emphasizing what you say during a conversation or presentation. When you use your hands intentionally, they add visual weight to your words, making your message clearer and more memorable. A well-timed gesture can highlight your key point, draw attention to specific ideas, or demonstrate relationships between concepts. People tend to remember visual cues better, so using your hands effectively can make your communication more impactful. Hesitant or aimless hand movements, on the other hand, can distract your audience or weaken your message, so purposeful gestures matter. Practical techniques for using hand movements include keeping your gestures natural and aligned with your speech. For example, when stating a number or quantity, use your fingers to count or illustrate the figure. If you're explaining a process or sequence, move your hands to show progression or connection between steps. When making a strong point, spread your hands outward or raise your palms to convey openness and confidence. To emphasize a particular idea, pause briefly and then use a brisk, decisive gesture. Remember, the goal is to complement your words, not overshadow them. So be mindful of the size, speed, and cleanliness of your movements. Another effective approach is to match your gestures to your tone. When you speak passionately or excitedly, your hand movements can be more vibrant and energetic. If you're emphasizing seriousness or authority, deliberate and controlled gestures work best. Practice in front of a mirror or record your talks to observe how your hands are used. Over time, you'll develop an intuitive sense of what gestures feel natural and supportive of your message. Keep your hands visible and avoid crossing your arms, as this can give off signals of defensiveness or disengagement. Instead, use open hand gestures to invite connection and trust. Noticing the gestures of skilled speakers can provide useful clues. They tend to use their hands to frame their words or to underline points. For example, drawing a rectangle with your hands can illustrate a concept boundary, or pinching fingers together can highlight precision or detail. Sometimes, a simple open palm directed upward can suggest sincerity or openness, while pointing can be useful but should be used sparingly to avoid seeming aggressive. Remember, the key is consistency. Using your hands to support your speech repeatedly and with purpose enhances your overall message clarity. A helpful tip is to practice specific gestures for key points. Before a meeting or presentation, think about the main ideas you want to emphasize and decide which gestures will reinforce those points. Incorporate these into your rehearsals so that they become a natural part of your delivery. Over time, your hand movements will become fluid and less deliberate, helping you appear more confident and engaging. If you find yourself getting nervous, focus on keeping your hands steady or resting them naturally at your sides. Then gradually introduce gestures to regain confidence and emphasis. Chapter 7. Voice and Speech Modulation. Speaking clearly and calmly. Clear and calm speech plays a crucial role in how we communicate and how we are perceived by others. Speaking distinctly allows your message to be understood without misinterpretation, helping to convey your ideas effectively. When words are articulated well, it shows you have confidence in what you are saying. This confidence can make a significant difference in any conversation, presentation, or negotiation. People are more likely to listen and engage when they can easily follow your thoughts. Furthermore, a calm demeanor can enhance your credibility. When you maintain a steady tone and pace, it reflects self-assurance and control, putting your audience at ease and encouraging open dialogue. Several techniques can help you improve the clarity and calmness of your speech. One effective method is to practice proper breathing. Breathing from your diaphragm, rather than your chest, allows for a steadier voice. Inhale deeply before you begin to speak, and maintain a steady breath while talking. Slowing down your speech also aids comprehension. Speaking too quickly can lead to slurred words and misunderstandings. Aim for a moderate pace that gives your audience time to absorb your message. It's also beneficial to use pauses strategically. Pausing allows you to gather your thoughts and emphasizes key points, making your speech more engaging. Using clear enunciation is another vital technique. Take time to articulate each word, particularly when discussing complex subjects. This not only enhances clarity, but also demonstrates your understanding of the topic. Additionally, it can be useful to adapt your speaking style to your audience. Consider their familiarity with the subject matter. Tailoring your language and explanations can help your listeners grasp your points more easily. Rehearsing your speech can significantly boost both clarity and confidence. Whether it's a conversation, a presentation, or an important meeting, practice can reduce anxiety and improve your performance. You might also find it helpful to record yourself or perform in front of a mirror. This allows you to monitor your tone, pace, and body language, ensuring you convey the calm and clear message you intend. Finally, remember that confidence in speech comes from within. The more you practice these techniques, the more natural your clear and calm speech will become. A practical tip is to engage in regular conversations with friends or family, focusing specifically on implementing these techniques. This not only builds your skills, but also helps you feel more at ease when speaking in larger groups or more formal settings. Varying tone and pace. When speaking, the way you change your tone and speed can make a big difference in how people perceive you. Using the same tone or speaking at the same pace throughout can quickly tire your audience or make your message feel dull. Varying your voice naturally keeps listeners engaged and shows that you believe in what you are saying. It also helps to highlight important points and signals when a topic has changed or when something deserves special attention. Confidence comes through loud and clear when your voice matches your message. If you sound flat or rushed, people might think you are unsure or uninterested. Dropping your voice to a lower tone can convey seriousness and authority, while raising the pitch slightly can express excitement or curiosity. Pausing briefly before or after key statements creates a moment for your audience to absorb what you said. These changes don't mean you have to perform like an actor. Even small shifts in tone and pace add variety that makes your communication feel alive and convincing. Good speakers understand that confidence is not just about what they say, but how they say it. This means choosing moments to slow down, speak more clearly, or use a softer tone to build trust. It also means speeding up to add energy or urgency when needed. Without these variations, your voice might sound robotic, which can weaken your connection with the people listening. When you balance your voice and pace well, your message stands out and your presence feels strong. One way to control your voice is to be aware of your breathing. Taking deep, steady breaths supports a calm and strong voice. When you speak from a place of steady breath, your pitch and volume naturally become more stable. At key moments, you can intentionally lower your voice to show confidence or slow your pace to make sure the audience understands your message. Practicing this gives you a natural rhythm that doesn't feel forced but adds rhythm and emphasis. Another technique is to vary the length and speed of your sentences. Short, clipped sentences can create a sense of urgency or authority. They grab attention quickly and drive a point home. Longer, Flowing sentences work well when explaining ideas or telling a story, allowing your listeners to follow along with ease. When combined, these changes in sentence length keep your audience alert and guide them through your message smoothly. Using pauses effectively is a simple but powerful tool. A pause before an important statement builds suspense, signaling to your listeners that what comes next matters. Pausing after a strong sentence gives time for the idea to sink in. These moments of silence help you avoid speaking too quickly and give your listeners a chance to reflect. Even in conversation, a well-timed pause can show you are confident in your thoughts and willing to let others catch up. Try to avoid speaking in a monotone by consciously adjusting your pitch. When mentioning facts or data, use a steady and clear tone to show reliability. When sharing personal stories or opinions, add warmth and variation to sound more approachable. Emphasizing keywords by slightly increasing volume or pitching your voice up can help highlight important concepts. Listening to yourself through recordings can reveal patterns that need adjustment and improve your control over tone and pace. In everyday practice, aim to connect with your audience by matching your tone to your message. If you want to motivate, speak with enthusiasm and lift your pace a bit. If you need to convey calm reassurance, slow down your words and soften your pitch. Keeping these simple adjustments in mind turns ordinary speaking into skilled communication that commands respect and attention. One last tip: rehearse vital points out loud rather than just reading silently. Saying words at different speeds and in varied tones will help you find what feels natural and convincing. These small rehearsals boost your confidence, so the modulations become part of your normal speaking style instead of something you have to think about on the spot. Managing speech anxiety. Many people feel nervous before speaking in front of others, and this nervousness is often rooted in deeper issues. Fear of being judged, making mistakes, or not meeting expectations can cause a speaker to feel overwhelmed even before they start. Over time, these feelings can build up, making every new speech seem more intimidating than the last. When anxiety takes hold, it's common to notice physical signs like a racing heart, sweating, dry mouth, or trembling hands. These reactions are natural responses to stress, but they can also amplify feelings of doubt and reduce confidence, making it harder to perform well. Understanding where this anxiety comes from helps in managing it more effectively. Some fears originate from past negative experiences, such as a comment from a teacher or a harsh critique from a peer. Others may stem from a perfectionist outlook, where the speaker expects nothing less than perfect performance. Sometimes, the fear is linked to self-esteem issues, where a person doubts their own abilities or worries excessively about their image. Recognizing these root causes allows individuals to address them directly, rather than simply trying to suppress the feelings, which often makes the anxiety worse. The impact of speech anxiety on confidence can be profound. When someone feels anxious, they may avoid speaking opportunities altogether, missing chances to grow and improve. Even when they do speak, their nerves may cause them to stumble over words or forget key points, reinforcing feelings of inadequacy. This creates a cycle where fear feeds on itself, making future speaking situations seem even more daunting. Building confidence means understanding that these feelings are common and that they don't define your abilities. Realizing you have some control over your anxiety and that it can be managed is a key step toward becoming a more confident speaker. One effective way to manage speech anxiety is practicing deep breathing techniques before and during your presentation. Taking a few slow, deep breaths can lower your heart rate and calm your nerves. Focus on breathing deeply from your diaphragm and counting to 4 as you inhale, then slowly exhale to the same count. This simple exercise can help reduce the physical signs of anxiety and bring a sense of control. Another useful approach is visualization. Imagining yourself speaking confidently and successfully can boost your self-assurance. Picture the audience reacting positively, and focus on moments when you felt prepared and composed. Preparation plays a major role in reducing nervousness. Knowing your material well allows you to speak more naturally and with fewer hesitations. Practice your speech multiple times, ideally in front of a mirror or trusted friends or colleagues, to build familiarity and comfort. Familiarity breeds confidence, and the more prepared you are, the less room there is for anxiety to take hold. Additionally, breaking your speech into smaller sections can make the task seem less overwhelming. Focus on perfecting one part at a time, rather than trying to deliver the entire speech flawlessly from the start. Another practical tip is to adopt slight physical movements that release tension, such as shifting your weight or gently shaking out your hands. These small actions can help release nervous energy and keep you grounded. It's also helpful to start your speech with a few simple, confident statements or a story to engage the audience and get comfortable with your presence. Remember, pauses are okay. Taking a brief breath or pausing to collect your thoughts can make your delivery more confident and composed. The key is to accept that some nerves are normal and to focus on progress rather than perfection. Finally, focusing on the audience instead of yourself can shift your perspective from self-critical to service-oriented. Concentrate on sharing valuable information or helping your listeners rather than worrying about how you're doing. This mindset reduces self-imposed pressure and makes your speech more authentic. Over time, employing these techniques consistently can help make nervousness less intrusive and turn speaking engagements into opportunities to showcase your message confidently and clearly. Chapter 8: Movement and Spatial Awareness. Using space confidently. Spatial awareness plays a crucial role in how confidence is perceived and projected. When you are aware of the space around you, it allows you to engage with others more effectively and command attention. This awareness is not just about physical space. It also encompasses the emotional distance we create with others. People tend to respond positively when someone occupies space decisively and comfortably, as it signifies self-assurance and stability. On the contrary, fidgeting or appearing cramped can project anxiety and uncertainty, diminishing the presence of even the most knowledgeable individuals. Consider how body language interacts with the space we occupy. Open postures, such as uncrossed arms and legs, convey receptiveness, while leaning slightly forward can indicate engagement and interest. These subtle cues encourage others to pay attention and foster a more meaningful connection. Additionally, maintaining a confident posture can enhance not only how you feel, but also how others perceive you. When you stand tall and present yourself with poise, it sends a clear message of confidence that resonates in social and professional settings. Learning to use space effectively involves strategic choices about how to position yourself within different environments. One practical technique is to practice walking into a room with purpose. This means being aware of your entry point and making an effort to appear engaged rather than detached. Whether entering a meeting or a social gathering, the way you present yourself can have a lasting impact. Try to make direct eye contact with people as you enter, demonstrating confidence and openness. Even your pace matters. A steady, measured walk conveys assurance to those observing. Another technique is utilizing designated areas within a room to create a strong presence. If you find yourself in a meeting, positioning yourself at the front can command attention. While speaking, using gestures that occupy space, like extending arms or turning your torso toward the audience, will help capture interest. Be mindful of making yourself visible. It's essential to be in the line of sight of those you wish to engage. This alignment not only enhances your visibility, but also encourages dialogue and connection with your audience. Practicing these techniques in various contexts can build your sense of comfort and confidence. Regularly stepping out of your comfort zone allows you to refine your approach and adapt based on the responses of others. Observing how different environments affect the way people interact may also provide insights into effectively commanding presence. For instance, a small cafe may create a different dynamic compared to a large conference room. Always remember that your psychological comfort in a setting will reflect how confidently you occupy it. A simple yet effective tip to enhance your confidence is to consciously adjust your breathing when you feel anxious. Deep, controlled breaths can help center your focus and reduce feelings of discomfort. This technique not only calms your nerves, but also gives you a moment to collect your thoughts, enabling you to project poise and clarity when you do engage with those around you. Controlling nervous fidgeting. Nervous fidgeting often appears as small, repetitive movements like tapping fingers, bouncing legs, or playing with objects. While these actions may seem harmless to the person doing them, others usually notice them. These visible signs of anxiety can affect how confident and trustworthy someone appears. When a person fidgets during conversations or presentations, it can unintentionally send a message that they are uneasy, distracted, or unsure of themselves. This perception can make it harder for others to fully trust or rely on them, especially in professional or social situations where calmness and assurance are expected. Many people don't realize that nervous fidgeting can create a barrier to effective communication. Even if the person speaking has valuable insights, their body language may detract from the message. Listeners often focus on nonverbal cues without realizing it, and frequent fidgeting can be interpreted as a lack of preparation or honesty. It is common for people to confuse nervous energy with a lack of focus or credibility. Therefore, controlling these impulses is crucial to establishing a positive impression and building trust. Conversely, those who appear composed and still tend to gain more respect and attention. Their stillness signals control and confidence, which encourages others to listen carefully and believe in what they say. This doesn't mean one must be completely motionless, but managing nervous movements helps maintain a calm presence. When handled well, controlling fidgeting enhances personal authority and creates a connection based on trust and confidence. Recognizing the impact of these small behaviors is the first step toward consciously improving how others see us. One effective way to reduce nervous fidgeting is to become aware of the specific triggers that cause it. For some, it might be public speaking. For others, intense interviews or difficult conversations. Once these moments are identified, preparing the mind and body beforehand can make a big difference. Simple actions like practicing deep breathing or focusing on slow, deliberate movements help calm the nervous system. When anxiety starts to build, taking a few slow breaths can shift the focus away from the urge to fidget. Another helpful method is to consciously replace random fidgeting with purposeful movement. Holding a pen during meetings or gently pressing fingertips together can give the hands something to do without appearing distracting. Similarly, gently pressing both feet flat on the ground or feeling the texture of a piece of paper can serve as a subtle grounding technique. These controlled actions take the place of restless energy and give the brain a way to release tension while keeping outward calm. Practicing good posture also plays a role in reducing nervous movements. Sitting or standing with a straight back and relaxed shoulders encourages steadiness and decreases the need to shift unnecessarily. When the body feels balanced, the mind often responds with a calmer state. To reinforce this, incorporating short moments of mindful body scans during breaks or pauses in conversation helps to check in with any rising tension. Noticing where tightness or restlessness starts allows for small adjustments that prevent fidgeting before it happens. Finally, rehearsing situations that typically cause nervousness can build confidence and reduce the physical signs of anxiety. Whether it's speaking in front of a group or engaging in a tough discussion, role-playing or visualization prepares the mind to stay engaged without excessive movement. Over time, these rehearsals help train the body and brain to accept calm, steady behavior as the norm. Repetition in a controlled setting strengthens the ability to maintain poise when real pressure arises. To gain better control over nervous fidgeting, try combining slow breathing with a firm but relaxed hand grip on a small object, like a stress ball. This technique releases muscle tension while keeping hands occupied in a discreet way. Paired with confident posture and mental preparation, it creates a sense of quiet composure that others will notice. Practicing such methods regularly can transform fidgeting from a distracting habit into a manageable part of your behavior, helping you present yourself with greater assurance every day. Strategic movement during interactions. Every interaction is influenced by the way you move and position your body. Moving intentionally helps communicate confidence because it shows you are comfortable in your own space and aware of your surroundings. When you hover or shift aimlessly, it can signal uncertainty or nervousness to others. Conversely, deliberate movements, such as standing upright, making purposeful gestures, or maintaining steady eye contact, project assurance. By controlling how you move, you send clear signals about your self-assurance, making others more inclined to listen and engage positively. Being aware of your movements allows you to influence the tone of the conversation. Small adjustments, like leaning slightly forward or keeping your hands visible, can make your presence felt more strongly without saying a word. It's not about perfection, but about consciously choosing movements that reinforce your message. When you move with purpose, you create a sense of stability and reliability in the eyes of others. This balance between movement and stillness can foster trust and open the way for more honest, effective communication. Strategic movement also involves managing personal space. Standing too close might feel aggressive, while too far away can seem aloof. Finding the right distance shows confidence, but also respect. Sometimes, leaning in slightly during key moments can demonstrate genuine interest, while stepping back subtly when making a point can give space for others to speak. Being mindful of your spatial positioning ensures your body language aligns with the tone you want to set, making interactions smoother and more impactful. Start by observing how your body naturally moves in conversations. Notice if you tend to fidget or shift around. Once aware, practice making small, deliberate adjustments, like keeping your shoulders back, uncrossing your arms, or maintaining a balanced stance. These simple changes can significantly improve how confident you appear. Use your hands to emphasize points, but keep gestures controlled and purposeful, rather than frantic or wild. Incorporate movement that supports your message, such as leaning in slightly when making a key point or opening your palms to appear transparent and sincere. Such movement informs others that you are engaged and open to dialogue. Pay attention to how others respond to your gestures and adjust your stance accordingly. If someone is leaning back or crossing their arms, it may be a sign to adjust your distance or tone to invite more openness. Maintain an awareness of your surroundings to avoid invading personal space or seeming disconnected. Before engaging, take a breath and establish a stable position. This helps you hold your ground and convey confidence. Practice shifting your position subtly to respond to the flow of the conversation, such as shifting weight from one foot to another or turning slightly to face different people in a group. These movements can help keep the energy balanced and foster a sense of mutual engagement. Ultimately, mastering strategic movement involves being present and intentional. It's about choosing when to move, how to position yourself, and how to use your body language to reinforce your words. When movements align with your intention, whether to appear confident, approachable, or authoritative, they become powerful tools for shaping the interaction. Remember, sometimes a simple lean or a slight shift in stance can significantly change how your message is received. Chapter 9. Dressing and Appearance Considerations. The role of attire in body language. Clothing plays a significant role in how we are perceived by others and can influence nonverbal communication cues. The attire we choose can set the tone in various situations, impacting how confident we feel and how others respond to us. For instance, wearing formal business attire often signals professionalism and seriousness, while casual clothing might convey approachability and comfort. This initial perception affects how people interpret our body language, including posture, gestures, and overall demeanor. When dressed appropriately for the occasion, we are likely to engage more positively with those around us, reinforcing the message we wish to communicate. A key factor in how attire influences body language is color psychology. Different colors evoke different feelings and responses. For example, wearing blue might instill a sense of calm and trustworthiness, while red could convey passion or urgency. Understanding these associations can help individuals select clothing that emphasizes their intended message during communication. Reflecting on how specific outfits have influenced your interactions can provide insight into your own experiences and motivations when choosing an outfit. Selecting the right attire can enhance your confidence and align with professional standards. Start by understanding the environment in which you will be presenting yourself. Dress appropriately for the context, considering factors like the industry, company culture, and the audience. For a corporate setting, opting for tailored suits or dresses can invoke a sense of professionalism. In contrast, creative fields may allow for bolder choices, encouraging a personal style that reflects individuality. Selecting clothing that fits well is equally essential. Ill-fitting clothes can distract from your message and convey a lack of attention to detail. Invest time in finding pieces that complement your body shape, as well-fitted attire often enhances confidence. Additionally, consider incorporating versatile pieces into your wardrobe. Items that can be mixed and matched dress up or down allow for adaptability in various situations, ensuring you're prepared for anything. Accessories also play a role in your overall appearance and can be used to express your personality while remaining professional. A simple watch or a minimalistic necklace can polish an outfit without overshadowing it. Pay attention to footwear as well. Polished shoes can complete your look and indicate your attention to details, making you appear more put together. As you prepare for networking events, interviews, or presentations, take the time to choose attire that expresses how you wish to be seen. When your outfit aligns with your personal brand and enhances your confidence, your body language will naturally reflect that assurance, allowing for more effective and engaging interactions. Remember, the way you dress can significantly impact not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. Grooming for confidence. Grooming plays a silent but powerful role in how others perceive us, especially when meeting someone for the first time. The way you present yourself sends immediate signals about your attention to detail, self-respect, and overall mindset. When you are well-groomed, your appearance naturally reinforces a sense of confidence before you even speak. This first impression can shape how people approach you, whether in social situations, professional meetings, or casual encounters. Feeling confident often starts with how comfortable you are in your own skin, and grooming connects directly to that comfort. Cleanliness, neatness, and personal care create a visual message of reliability and competence. On the other hand, neglecting grooming can unintentionally communicate disinterest or a lack of self-discipline, which might make others less likely to trust or take you seriously. Taking time to groom yourself reflects an internal respect that others quickly recognize, which has a calming effect on your interactions and boosts your own self-worth. First impressions happen quickly, often within seconds, and grooming can be the difference between being remembered positively or overlooked. The simple act of maintaining a tidy appearance can change your body language, helping you stand taller and make stronger eye contact. This combination of external care and internal confidence sets a foundation for positive relationships, whether personal or professional. It's not about striving for perfection, but about showing that you value yourself enough to put your best foot forward. Good grooming is less about expensive products and more about consistent habits that support your natural look. Starting with basic hygiene like showering regularly, brushing your teeth, and keeping your hair clean are the essentials. These simple routines boost how fresh and put together you feel, which naturally increases your confidence. Attention to details like trimming nails, managing facial hair, or choosing the right hairstyle for your face shape adds polish and shows that you care about your presentation. Clothing also plays a key role in grooming and confidence. Wearing clothes that fit well and suit the occasion helps you feel comfortable and poised. Clean, wrinkle-free garments give an impression of order and respect, both for yourself and those you meet. Choosing colors that complement your skin tone and reflect your personality can further enhance your presence. These small adjustments make it easier to focus less on anxiety about your appearance and more on the interaction at hand. Another aspect is skincare, which often gets overlooked but can have a big impact. Simple steps like moisturizing, protecting your skin from the sun, and keeping a routine tailored to your skin type can improve your overall complexion and make you feel healthier. This kind of attention helps reduce distractions caused by skin issues and allows your genuine expression to shine through. Regular grooming habits create a positive cycle, where feeling good about how you look encourages more self-assured behavior, which in turn shapes how others respond to you. Incorporating grooming into your daily routine doesn't require hours of preparation, but consistent care throughout the week. Taking time before important meetings or social events to tidy up can be a quick confidence booster. Small touches such as fresh breath, a subtle scent, or clean shoes matter more than many realize. These details prepare you mentally and emotionally, reinforcing a sense of readiness to face the day's challenges with a strong and confident presence. Matching appearance to context. Choosing the right clothing for a situation can have a significant impact on how others perceive you. When your appearance matches the context, it sends a clear message that you understand and respect the environment and the people within it. Proper attire can boost your confidence because you feel more aligned with the setting, which naturally translates into appearing more credible and trustworthy. For example, dressing neatly and appropriately for a job interview shows respect for the process and signals seriousness about the opportunity. In the workplace, your clothing choices can communicate your professionalism and attention to detail, helping you build trust with colleagues and clients alike. When you look the part, people tend to take you more seriously. This doesn't mean you need to wear the most expensive clothes. Rather, your clothes should be appropriate, well-fitted, and in good condition. Wearing the right outfit can also reduce distractions, allowing others to focus on your message rather than your appearance. Trying to stand out through flashy or inappropriate clothing in a professional setting can have the opposite effect, undermining your credibility. Instead, aim for a polished look that reflects both your personality and the expectations of the environment you are in. When your appearance aligns with your role, you naturally reinforce the message that you are confident and competent. Knowing how to dress for different environments takes practice, but it's a vital skill for projecting confidence. For formal settings like corporate meetings, interviews, or formal dinners, opt for classic, clean-cut clothing. Men might choose a suit or blazer with dress slacks, a crisp shirt, and polished shoes. Women can wear tailored dresses, blouses with slacks, or professional skirts paired with subtle accessories. Stick to neutral colors such as navy, black, gray, or white, as they tend to look professional and versatile. Casual environments like casual Fridays or informal networking events call for a more relaxed yet neat appearance. Think well-fitted jeans or chinos paired with a tidy shirt or blouse. Avoid overly casual items such as athletic wear or overly distressed clothing, but don't feel obliged to dress in business attire. The goal is to look approachable and put together. For social or creative settings, expressing a bit more personality via color or accessories can help convey confidence and individuality. Just be sure that your overall look remains tidy and appropriate for the occasion. When dressing for events like industry conferences, workshops, or seminars, consider the audience and the culture of the event. Business casual often works well. Think smart trousers or skirts with neat tops, or casual blazers with clean shoes. If the event is more relaxed, a casual dress or polo shirt may suffice. Always research beforehand if possible. For outdoor or active events, practicality is key. Wear comfortable shoes and clothing suitable for physical activity or weather conditions. By matching your attire to the setting, you demonstrate an understanding of the environment, which helps you feel more confident and makes a positive impression on others. Remember that fit is just as important as the style or color. Clothes that are too tight or too loose can undermine your appearance, making you seem unsure or unprofessional. Take the time to find clothing that fits well and feels comfortable. When you feel good in what you wear, it naturally shows, adding to your confidence. Small details such as clean shoes, tidy hair, and minimal accessories also contribute to a cohesive look. Matching your appearance to the context is about balancing comfort with appropriateness to ensure you project self-assurance in every situation. Chapter 10. Practicing and Reinforcing Positive Habits. Repetition and Routine. Creating regular routines helps people develop positive body language habits that can significantly impact interpersonal communication. Establishing a daily pattern allows individuals to consciously practice confident posture, eye contact, and open gestures. For instance, setting aside a few minutes every morning to engage in specific body language exercises can set a positive tone for the day. These exercises could include standing tall, shoulders back, and practicing smiles in front of a mirror. Repeating these actions consistently strengthens the muscle memory associated with confident body language, making it second nature over time. Consistent routines do not happen overnight. They require commitment and patience. Setting reminders on smartphones can help reinforce the habit of practicing body language at specific times. For example, a person might choose to focus on their body language during lunch breaks or while waiting for the bus. With time, these moments can serve as checkpoints for reinforcing learned behaviors. Ultimately, integrating body language practice into everyday life will make both casual and professional interactions more effective and engaging. Repetition is a powerful tool when it comes to changing behaviors, particularly in nonverbal communication. Using deliberate and specific gestures while speaking can reinforce confidence and authority. For instance, adjusting the way one gestures during a conversation, such as using open hands or maintaining a relaxed posture, can impact the message being conveyed. Practicing these gestures repeatedly in a variety of settings, such as in meetings or social gatherings, creates familiarity and ease, making it easier to maintain confident nonverbal signals. To ensure effective repetition, one can record themselves during conversations or presentations. Watching these recordings allows individuals to identify areas for improvement in their gestures. Additionally, seeking feedback from friends or colleagues can provide fresh perspectives on how body language influences communication. By dedicating time to practice and refine specific gestures and posture, confidence becomes part of an individual's identity rather than a performance they put on when needed. Building a habit through repetition ensures these confident behaviors persist even in high-pressure situations. In the long run, the combination of establishing routines and using deliberate repetition can lead to lasting changes in personal and professional interactions. The simplicity of setting aside moments each day to practice body language and focusing on specific gestures can create profound effects on self-perception and influence on others. Embracing this practice helps individuals communicate more effectively and authentically. Visualization techniques. Visualization acts as a bridge between the mind and the body. When you imagine yourself standing tall, shoulders back, chin up, and moving with ease, your brain begins to register those images as real possibilities. This mental rehearsal can influence how you carry yourself in everyday situations. The more vividly you picture confident body language, the more natural it becomes to embody that stance when interacting with others. Your nervous system responds to the images you create, adjusting your muscle tone and posture even before you take physical action. Confidence isn't just about mindset. It shows through gestures, expressions, and movements. Visualizing yourself making firm eye contact, speaking with clarity, or entering a room with presence prepares your brain to perform those actions smoothly. The repetition of positive mental pictures can reduce anxiety and build a sense of familiarity with confident behavior. Over time, what starts as imagined scenarios transforms into effortless truth in real life, subtly reinforcing your self-assurance in any environment. This process works because the brain often struggles to distinguish between actual experiences and well-crafted mental rehearsals. By using visualization, you can reprogram your habitual responses, replacing hesitant or closed-off body language with open, assertive movements. This change influences how you are perceived by others, often eliciting more positive reactions that further boost your confidence. Essentially, visualization prepares both your mind and your body to project the image of confidence before you step into any situation. The most effective way to use visualization for confidence is by making it a simple, regular practice. Start by finding a quiet moment each day to close your eyes and create a detailed mental picture of yourself exhibiting confident body language. Imagine the way your posture feels, the rhythm of your breathing, and the energy you give off. Picture specific scenarios such as entering a meeting, greeting someone new, or delivering a presentation. The more specific and sensory your images are, the stronger the impact on your subconscious mind. Consistency is key. Try setting aside just 5 to 10 minutes daily to focus on these images. Early mornings or just before sleep can be good times, as your mind is often more open to new ideas then. Alongside visualization, practice the physical actions you see in your mind's eye. If you imagine standing tall, practice standing that way immediately afterward. This bridges the gap between mental rehearsal and physical reality, making it easier to carry confident body language into your daily interactions. Another practical tip is to pair your visualization with positive affirmations or breathing exercises. This can deepen the relaxation and focus during the practice, helping anchor the feelings of confidence. Over time, these combined techniques strengthen the neural pathways that support confident behavior, making your chosen body language more instinctive. Remember that patience is important. Improvements often build gradually, and repeated mental practice creates lasting change. Finally, you can enhance your visualization by reflecting on recent moments where you displayed confidence, no matter how small. Recall how you felt, how you moved, and how others reacted. Use those positive memories as mental fuel to enrich your daily visualization sessions. This keeps your practice grounded in real experiences, reinforcing the cycle of confidence and encouraging you to seek out new opportunities to express strong, assured body language. Feedback and self-assessment. Participating in regular feedback sessions allows individuals to become more aware of their body language, facial expressions, and overall presence during conversations or presentations. When you receive feedback from colleagues, supervisors, or mentors, it becomes easier to identify habits that may distract or undermine your message. For example, you might notice that you tend to glance away when speaking, which can signal uncertainty. Recognizing these patterns helps you make conscious adjustments and develop more confident communication skills over time. Implementing self-assessment techniques, like recording yourself during practice sessions or meetings, provides a clear picture of your behavior. Watching these recordings allows you to observe your gestures, tone of voice, and pacing, revealing areas that need improvement. Reflecting on these recordings can uncover habits you might not be aware of, such as speaking too quickly or using fillers like and like. Consistently reviewing your performance reinforces positive behaviors and helps you track progress, making it easier to set specific goals and notice growth over time. Beyond recording, keeping a journal or log of your interactions can also be helpful. Write down situations where you felt confident and those where you felt uncomfortable. Note what worked well and what could be improved, whether it's maintaining eye contact, using gestures effectively, or managing nerves. This process encourages honest self-evaluation and helps you develop strategies to handle similar scenarios better in the future. Over time, these small reflections build a clearer understanding of your communication style and allow you to fine-tune your approach. Seeking feedback from others doesn't have to be limited to formal sessions. You can ask trusted colleagues or friends to observe specific behaviors and provide constructive comments. Simple questions like, "Did I come across as confident?" or "Was my message clear?" provide insights that can guide your improvements. It's important to accept feedback openly and avoid becoming defensive, as this openness allows genuine learning. Remember, progress in communication often comes from a combination of external feedback and honest self-assessment. Practicing self-assessment also means setting tangible goals. For instance, you might decide to focus on reducing filler words during your presentations or to improve your posture. Regularly revisiting these goals keeps you aligned with your development needs. As you make changes, reflect on what has improved and what still needs work. Keeping a steady rhythm of feedback, both from others and yourself, ensures continuous improvement and builds your confidence to communicate more effectively. One practical tip is to schedule weekly or bi-weekly check-ins with yourself or a peer. Use this time to review recordings, notes, and feedback. Celebrate successes and analyze setbacks without judgment. This habit can help you stay motivated and aware of your growth journey. Over time, these evaluations become a natural part of your professional routine, making improvement seem more achievable and less overwhelming. Chapter 11. Overcoming nervousness in specific situations. Job interviews. Nervousness is a common experience during job interviews, affecting a candidate's performance. Many people exhibit behaviors such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or speaking too quickly. These actions can distract the interviewer and send the wrong message about your confidence and suitability for the role. Recognizing these tendencies is the first step toward managing them effectively. Common signs of nervousness might include sweating, shaking hands, or a shaky voice. All of these can influence how you are perceived by the interviewer. Some interviewers may see nervousness as a lack of confidence or capability. However, being aware of your nervous behaviors allows you to take proactive steps to control them. Practicing mindfulness techniques before the interview can help calm your nerves and set a positive tone. Role-playing interviews with friends or family can also provide valuable feedback on how you present yourself. This practice allows you to identify specific nervous habits, giving you a chance to work on them before the actual interview. Remember that interviewers often appreciate authenticity, so it's important to acknowledge your nerves and find ways to express enthusiasm about the opportunity, even if you feel anxious. Body language plays a crucial role in how you are perceived during an interview. Positive body language can convey confidence and eagerness. Maintaining an open posture, such as sitting up straight and keeping your arms uncrossed, helps create an inviting atmosphere. Smiling when appropriate can also make you appear friendlier and more approachable. Eye contact is essential. It shows that you are engaged and interested in the conversation. Aim to maintain eye contact with the interviewer, but avoid staring, which can feel confrontational. A good balance is to look directly at the interviewer while occasionally breaking eye contact to glance around the room, especially when thinking. Another effective technique is to practice controlled pauses during your responses. If you finish your answer and the interviewer is still silent, don't rush to fill the space with more words. Instead, take a moment to gather your thoughts. This demonstrates confidence and assures the interviewer that you're considering your responses carefully. Practicing these techniques will help you appear more self-assured, enhancing your overall presentation. Lastly, remember to breathe. When nervous, people often take shallow breaths, which can lead to increased anxiety. Taking deep, slow breaths can help ground yourself, giving you a moment to relax and refocus before answering a question. By mastering body language and addressing your nervous behaviors, you can significantly enhance your performance during job interviews and leave a favorable impression. Public speaking. Feeling nervous before speaking in front of an audience is a natural reaction that almost everyone experiences. This nervousness often stems from a fear of judgment, the worry of forgetting what to say, or a lack of confidence in one's abilities. The mind can easily fixate on potential mistakes, which causes physical signs of anxiety to surface. These signs are not just internal, they show unmistakably through body language. When nerves rise, people might fidget, avoid eye contact, or exhibit closed postures like crossing their arms. These behaviors can unintentionally signal to the audience a lack of confidence, which undermines the speaker's message before it even begins. The way nervousness affects the body is closely tied to the fight or flight response in humans. Sweaty palms, shaky hands, a racing heartbeat, or a dry mouth are all physical manifestations triggered by stress. Body language becomes less controlled and often less engaging as muscles tense up. Instead of open gestures and purposeful movement, speakers may pace nervously or stand rigidly like a statue. This tension diminishes the natural flow of communication and can make speakers feel even more self-conscious. Since audiences are highly perceptive, they usually pick up on these signals, which makes it harder to connect and maintain their attention. Understanding where nervousness comes from and recognizing its effects on the body is the first step toward managing it. Nervousness is not a sign of failure, but a sign that the speaker cares deeply about their performance. Often, it is the unknown elements, how the audience will react, or the fear of awkward silence, that fuel this anxiety. When speakers focus too much on the fear itself, their body language tightens, which sets off a cycle of increased nervousness and less effective communication. Realizing this connection can help speakers become more aware of their physical responses and take conscious steps to control them. Projecting confidence begins with controlling the physical symptoms of nervousness. Before stepping up to speak, try simple breathing exercises that calm the nervous system. Taking slow, deep breaths helps lower the heart rate and brings focus to the present moment. Pausing to breathe intentionally can prevent the rush to speak too quickly, which often happens when nerves are high. Alongside breathing, practicing good posture by standing tall with shoulders back immediately creates a sense of authority. This posture not only influences how the audience perceives the speaker, but also impacts the speaker's own feelings, making them feel stronger and more in control. Another way to build confidence is through preparation combined with rehearsal. Familiarity with the material reduces the uncertainty that sparks nervousness. When speakers know their content thoroughly, they can focus less on recalling facts and more on engaging with the audience. Rehearsing in front of a mirror or recording oneself offers valuable feedback on body language and tone. Observing habits like frequent glances at notes or repetitive gestures allows room for adjustment. Practicing pauses and varying voice pitch can make a speech feel more natural and less robotic. On the day of the speech, small physical routines can help maintain composure. Gentle stretches or shaking out muscles reduce tension built up from stress. Visualizing a positive outcome or imagining the audience's friendly faces helps shift the mindset from fear to connection. When speaking, Consciously making eye contact with different people around the room fosters a sense of dialogue rather than delivering a one-way message. Incorporating deliberate hand gestures supports the verbal message and can make a speaker appear more confident and convincing. Finally, accepting some nervousness as normal rather than trying to eliminate it removes pressure and allows the speaker to focus on sharing their ideas clearly and effectively. Social gatherings. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, it can help to set a simple goal for each social event. For example, aim to start a conversation with at least one new person or to stay engaged in a discussion for a certain amount of time. Setting achievable targets gives you a sense of purpose rather than feeling lost or anxious. Keep in mind that social skills improve with practice. The more you put yourself in social environments, the more you'll notice your nervousness decreasing and your confidence growing. Remember, the key is consistency and patience. Every step taken to manage nerves will contribute to feeling more comfortable and projecting more confidence in future gatherings. Chapter 12. Using body language to influence others. Mirroring and matching. Mirroring and matching are powerful techniques used in communication that can help create a connection between people. These concepts involve subtly imitating the behaviors, speech patterns, and even emotions of others to build rapport. When you mirror someone, you replicate their body language or tone of voice without it being conspicuous. This imitation can make the other person feel more at ease and understood. When someone sees their own behaviors reflected in you, it fosters a sense of familiarity and trust. This connection is essential in both personal and professional relationships, as it encourages open communication and can lead to more positive interactions. Matching, on the other hand, goes hand in hand with mirroring. While mirroring often focuses on physical cues, matching can extend to the level of emotions and speech styles. For instance, if someone is speaking in an enthusiastic tone, responding with a similar level of energy can help them feel more connected to you. Both techniques are about finding common ground and establishing a sense of comfort. This subtle form of influence can significantly affect conversations, negotiations, and even public speaking engagements, since people are often more likely to respond positively to someone they feel relates to them. To effectively mirror and match, start by observing the person you are communicating with. Pay attention to their gestures, posture, and even facial expressions. For example, if they lean forward, you might try leaning forward as well. If they use hand gestures while speaking, incorporating similar gestures can enhance your connection. Be cautious, as overt or exaggerated imitations can come off as mocking. The key here is subtlety. The more genuine it feels, the better the rapport you will build. Another useful method is to match the tempo and tone of the other person's speech. If they speak slowly and calmly, you should also adopt a similar pace. Conversely, if their energy is high and their speech is quick, responding in kind can create an enthusiastic exchange. Listening intently and engaging with their ideas can further enhance the connection. This leads to a more engaging interaction and shows that you value their communication style. Practicing these techniques can be useful in various scenarios, whether in job interviews, networking events, or personal conversations. Start in low-stakes situations to build your skills. Observe how others respond to you when you mirror and match, and refine your approach based on their reactions. This practice can help you become more attuned to the subtle nuances of communication, allowing you to influence and connect with others positively. Remember, the goal is to create a comfortable environment for conversation. As you become more skilled, trust your instincts and adjust your approach based on the dynamics of each interaction. The effectiveness of mirroring and matching will improve with practice, and you may find that building rapport becomes a natural part of your communication style. Building rapport. Body language often speaks louder than words when it comes to creating genuine connections. When you engage with someone, Their perception of you is shaped not only by what you say, but also by how you carry yourself. Simple actions like maintaining eye contact, facing the person directly, and having an open posture can signal attentiveness and honesty. On the other hand, crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, or frequent fidgeting might give the impression of disinterest or discomfort. People are naturally drawn to those who seem approachable and sincere, making nonverbal cues a crucial part of building rapport. Trust forms at a subtle level and often begins with the feeling that both parties are present and tuned into the moment. When your body language reflects openness and respect, it helps others relax and lowers their guard, setting the stage for meaningful conversations. For example, leaning slightly forward shows engagement, signaling that you value what the other person is sharing. Smiles and nods encourage a sense of connection, showing empathy and understanding without interrupting the flow of dialogue. Recognizing and matching the other person's body language can also foster a sense of harmony. Humans naturally respond to those who mirror their movements, as this creates a feeling of synchronization and understanding. Mirroring, done subtly, can reinforce rapport and make interactions feel smoother. However, authenticity matters. Insincere copying of gestures often feels awkward and can backfire. Paying attention to these unspoken signals builds a strong foundation for mutual trust and cooperation. To project genuine interest, start with your posture. Sitting or standing up straight, without stiffening, signals confidence and readiness to engage. Relax your shoulders and keep your hands visible, avoiding crossing them or hiding them in your pockets, as that can suggest defensiveness or discomfort. Opening your body toward the person you're speaking with makes it clear that your attention is fully on them. When you respond, small gestures like nodding or brief smiles can signal that you're following along and valuing their perspective. Eye contact plays a crucial role, but it's not about staring constantly. Balanced eye contact means holding the gaze long enough to show attentiveness, then briefly looking away to avoid making the other person uneasy. This rhythm helps create a comfortable flow in conversation. At the same time, watching for the other person's eye contact style helps you adjust naturally to their comfort level. Showing interest through your facial expressions, such as raising your eyebrows or tilting your head, can also indicate curiosity and encourage the speaker to share more. Voice tone and pace complement body language in creating openness. Speaking clearly, with moderate speed and varied intonation, keeps the listener engaged. When someone feels heard and understood, they are more likely to trust and be receptive to influence. Lastly, thoughtful pauses allow the other person to process and respond. In practice, combining these subtle signals, relaxed posture, attentive eye contact, responsive facial expressions, and measured speech, creates an environment where rapport grows naturally and conversations become more productive. One last practical tip: before entering an important interaction, take a moment to check in with your own body. Notice if you're tense or closed off, and consciously soften your stance. This small act of awareness can make a surprising difference in how genuinely connected you appear to others. Leading with confidence. Body language plays a crucial role in how others perceive your confidence and leadership abilities. When you walk into a room, people observe not just your words, but also how you carry yourself. Standing tall with your shoulders back, making steady eye contact, and using purposeful gestures can instantly communicate confidence. Conversely, slouching, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting can give the impression of insecurity or doubt. People tend to trust leaders who appear self-assured because it makes them feel more secure and motivated to follow. Simply put, your body language acts as a silent signal that influences how others see your authority and competence. Research consistently shows that nonverbal cues account for a significant portion of communication. In leadership contexts, this means that what you do physically can often speak louder than what you say. For example, A leader who maintains an open posture appears approachable and trustworthy, which encourages team members to engage and share ideas. On the other hand, closed-off gestures like crossing arms or turning away can create barriers to connection. When your body language aligns with your message, your words gain more credibility and power. People are more likely to follow someone whose physical cues project assurance, even if they aren't consciously aware of it. To harness body language effectively, start by becoming mindful of how you present yourself, especially in situations where you want to inspire confidence. Maintain good posture. Stand upright with your shoulders relaxed and your chest slightly open. This makes you appear more confident and approachable. Make deliberate eye contact, holding it for a few seconds to show engagement without becoming intimidating. Use your hands to emphasize points. Open palms and sweeping gestures can convey honesty and authenticity. Remember, your facial expressions should match your message. Smiling when appropriate can foster warmth, while a serious demeanor can underscore the importance of a matter. Practice intentional movements, such as leaning slightly forward when listening genuinely, signaling interest and attentiveness. Avoid fidgeting or looking away frequently, as these clues can suggest distraction or uncertainty. When giving instructions or feedback, use assertive but calm gestures to reinforce your authority without seeming aggressive. For example, when making a point, a steady nod or a controlled hand gesture can reinforce your confidence and help persuade others. Developing awareness of your body language and making small adjustments over time can dramatically improve how you lead and influence those around you. A simple trick is to record yourself during meetings or practice sessions. Watch the recordings to observe your habits, then intentionally focus on adopting a more confident stance. Over time, these behaviors become natural, and your body language will naturally mirror the confidence you want to project. Remember, body language is a tool you can control. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent and purposeful. With practice, your physical cues will align seamlessly with your leadership voice, making your presence more commanding and inspiring trust among your team members. Chapter 13: Common Pitfalls and How to Avoid Them. Inconsistent signals. Inconsistent signals can create confusion, especially in communication. When someone's words don't match their body language or tone, it leads to a disconnect that can erode trust. For instance, if a speaker talks confidently about a project but their posture is slouched, listeners may question their credibility. This gap between what is said and what is shown can make it harder for the audience to believe in the message being conveyed, undermining the speaker's intent and authority. People tend to rely on nonverbal cues just as much, if not more than, spoken words. A lack of coherence between these signals can cause people to second-guess a speaker's true feelings or commitment. For example, a manager might publicly praise a team's work while displaying crossed arms and a lack of eye contact, which can suggest disinterest or skepticism. This not only affects the team's morale, but also weakens the manager's position as a leader. Moreover, inconsistent expressions can impact negotiations and discussions. When parties involved do not align their verbal and nonverbal messages, misunderstandings can arise, leading to unfavorable outcomes. It's crucial to project confidence consistently so that the message remains clear and persuasive. Aligning words with body language builds a sense of reliability that audiences crave. One effective way to maintain consistency is through practice. Rehearsing your message while focusing on your body language can help ensure that your physical presence matches your verbal communication. This includes making eye contact, using open gestures, and standing tall to convey confidence. A practice session in front of a mirror or recording yourself can provide insight into any discrepancies that need addressing. Mindfulness is another key factor in achieving consistent signals. Being aware of how you feel during a conversation helps you manage any anxious habits that may disrupt your confidence. Take a moment to center yourself before speaking, focusing on your breathing and posture. This can transform your state of mind, allowing your words and body to align more effectively. Another strategy is to engage in active listening. Show that you are tuned in to the conversation with affirming nods and open body language. When you listen actively, it fosters a stronger connection with your audience, making it easier to match your responses with appropriate nonverbal cues. This creates a more harmonious interaction where confidence flourishes. Lastly, remember to adapt your body language to your environment. The context in which you communicate matters. For example, a formal board meeting may require a more reserved posture, while a casual team meeting calls for a relaxed demeanor. Adjusting your body language to fit the situation while maintaining consistency helps solidify your message and enhances your credibility. Practicing these strategies can significantly enhance your overall effectiveness in communication. As you cultivate consistency in your signals, you will find that your confidence and the impact of your message improve dramatically. Be intentional about aligning your body language with your words, as this will serve you well in both personal and professional interactions. Overcompensation. Overcompensation often appears when someone tries too hard to hide insecurities or doubts. It shows up in body language as exaggerated gestures, forced smiles, or overly firm postures. What might feel like projecting confidence can actually signal the opposite to others. For example, crossing arms tightly while speaking can come across as defensive rather than confident. Similarly, speaking too loudly or interrupting often may seem like an attempt to control a conversation, but can be perceived as insecurity or aggression. Overcompensation creates a tension between what a person intends to express internally and what is conveyed externally, which can confuse or alienate those around them. This mismatch influences how confidence is judged by others. When body language is too intense or unnatural, it tends to undermine the message instead of supporting it. People sense when behaviors are not genuine, and this can erode trust and comfort in interactions. Overcompensation can sometimes stem from pressure or fear of being judged, yet it ironically draws more attention to vulnerabilities rather than hiding them. Recognizing the subtle ways overcompensation shows up, such as stiff posture, excessive eye contact, or forced laughter, helps in understanding how confidence can be misunderstood. The key to avoiding overcompensation lies in embracing simplicity and naturalness. Authentic confidence grows from self-awareness, which means noticing how your body feels and moves in various situations. Rather than trying to control every gesture, allow yourself to be more relaxed and present. For example, a comfortable stance with relaxed shoulders and a genuine smile often speaks louder than a rigid posture aimed at looking strong. Paying attention to breathing and slowing it down can help ease tension in the body, reducing the urge to overdo movements or expressions. Another helpful approach is to focus on listening and responding rather than dominating a conversation. When confidence is grounded in curiosity and genuine interest in others, it naturally softens body language and makes interactions smoother. Practicing small adjustments such as softening your gaze or varying tone creates space for authenticity. Over time, these simple shifts build self-trust and reduce the need to overcompensate. It's not about eliminating all nervous habits overnight, but about gently replacing them with more balanced ways of expressing yourself. It can also be useful to watch recordings of your own body language or ask trusted friends for feedback. This external perspective can reveal habits you might not notice, like excessive leaning forward, frequent fidgeting, or overly tense hand movements. When you identify these patterns, you can experiment with subtler gestures, holding your hands calmly or maintaining an open stance that reflect confidence without effort. Remember that confidence doesn't mean being perfect or controlling everything, but showing up authentically, with a sense of ease and honesty. In everyday practice, consider focusing on grounding techniques such as standing with feet firmly on the floor or rooting yourself in your environment. These actions help you feel stable and secure, counteracting the impulse to exaggerate body language. Let your natural personality shine through rather than trying to project a certain ideal image. When your body language matches your true feelings, others respond to you with more trust and warmth, creating a deeper connection. Balancing body language is an ongoing process that grows with compassion toward yourself and patience as you develop genuine confidence. Observing your natural reactions and being kind to yourself when you catch moments of overcompensation can turn these instances into learning opportunities. Each time you find yourself stretching beyond what feels comfortable, gently bring attention back to what feels authentic. This practice not only improves how others perceive you, but also strengthens your inner sense of security, which forms the foundation of real confidence. Misreading others' cues. Many people believe they can read others' feelings and intentions simply by observing body language, but this often leads to misunderstandings. A single gesture or posture can have many meanings depending on the context and the individual's background. For instance, crossing arms may signal defensiveness in one person, but could just be a habit or a way to stay warm for another. People tend to make assumptions based on limited cues, which can cause misjudgments and miscommunication. Recognizing that body language is complex and layered helps prevent jumping to quick conclusions based on superficial signs. It's common to overgeneralize certain behaviors. For example, thinking that someone avoiding eye contact is necessarily shy or dishonest ignores cultural factors or personal discomfort. Some cultures view direct eye contact as confrontational, while others see it as a sign of confidence. Similarly, a person leaning back during a conversation might seem uninterested, but they could simply be tired or processing information differently. Misreading these cues often happens because we rely too heavily on stereotypes or assumptions instead of considering the full situation and the person's unique tendencies. Many misunderstandings stem from interpreting body language out of context. A smile may look welcoming, but if someone is forcing it during an uncomfortable situation, it might not reflect genuine friendliness. Likewise, nervous fidgeting could be mistaken for dishonesty when it actually signals anxiety or excitement. Judging cues without understanding the environment or emotional state of the other person can lead to false impressions. To avoid these mistakes, it's helpful to combine verbal communication with physical cues rather than relying solely on body language alone. Another common misconception is believing that certain signals always mean the same thing for everyone. For example, personal space preferences vary considerably. Some individuals are comfortable standing close, while others prefer more distance, especially in unfamiliar situations. Assuming that someone's reluctance to get close indicates hostility can lead to unnecessary conflict. Recognizing individual differences and asking clarifying questions instead of jumping to conclusions creates a more accurate picture of others' feelings and intentions. A good way to improve accuracy when reading body language is to observe patterns over time rather than isolated gestures. Notice how people act in different settings and situations. Do they often look away when answering questions? Do they relax when discussing certain topics? Recognizing consistent behaviors helps you understand their typical responses and distinguish genuine signals from fleeting ones. This approach reduces the chance of misjudging a single cue as a complete message. Another useful tactic is to listen carefully to what people say and compare it with their body language. If someone claims they are comfortable but keep fidgeting or avoiding eye contact, they might be masking discomfort or that their words do not match their true feelings. Conversely, a person who appears tense but explains stress at work shows consistency between their words and body language. Aligning verbal and nonverbal signals not only helps you understand others better, but also makes your response more genuine and empathetic. Practicing active listening enhances your ability to interpret cues accurately. Pay close attention to tone of voice, pauses, and facial expressions. Asking clarifying questions can also prevent misunderstandings. For example, if someone seems tense, saying, "You seem a bit anxious. Is there something you'd like to share?" invites openness and demonstrates your interest. This creates a space where honest communication can flourish, making it easier to respond appropriately and build trust. Building awareness of your own biases and assumptions encourages more accurate perception of others. Recognize when you might be projecting your feelings onto someone else. For instance, if you feel anxious, you might interpret someone else's nervousness as hostility, but that isn't always the case. Taking a moment to step back and consider alternative explanations helps you respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Developing this self-awareness makes your interactions more respectful and effective. Ultimately, it's helpful to remember that body language is just one part of communication. People often communicate more through their words and overall context than through isolated movements. Paying attention to verbal cues, emotional tone, and the situation as a whole provides a more accurate understanding. If you notice inconsistency or confusion, don't hesitate to ask questions or clarify. A simple, sincere inquiry can clear up many misunderstandings and foster stronger, more trusting connections. Chapter 14. Developing a Personal Confidence Routine. Daily Practice Strategies. Creating a consistent morning routine can significantly impact your mindset and productivity throughout the day. Start by waking up at the same time every day, giving yourself enough time to engage in activities that prepare you mentally and physically. Morning routines may include simple actions like making your bed, taking a shower, or preparing a healthy breakfast. These small tasks give a sense of accomplishment early in the day, building a foundation for confidence. Incorporating a few minutes of goal setting can also enhance your morning. Try writing down your top 3 priorities for the day, or even using a planner app. Visualizing your tasks can provide clarity, making it much easier to focus later. Consider adding a few stretches or light exercises to this part of your routine. Stretching invigorates the body, promotes blood circulation, and helps clear your mind. A confident start can set a positive tone that ripples through your entire day. Integrating daily exercises into your routine can go a long way in boosting your mood and overall outlook. Regular physical activity not only improves fitness, but also helps in reducing stress and anxiety. Simple exercises such as walking, yoga, or cycling can be performed daily, bringing both mental and physical benefits. As you become more active, you'll likely notice an improvement in your posture and body language, essential components of how others perceive your confidence. Mindfulness practices complement physical exercise as well. Consider dedicating time each day to meditate or practice deep breathing techniques. These practices can help you center your thoughts and become more aware of your body's movements. Pay attention to how you hold yourself. Standing or sitting tall can enhance your confidence and affect how people respond to you. Incorporating gratitude exercises, like noting down things you're thankful for, can also help shift your mindset and promote a more positive attitude. By consistently practicing these techniques, you reinforce both your mental state and your physical presence, making you appear more confident to others. Experiment with different combinations of routines and practices to discover what feels right for you. Everyone is different, and finding a personalized approach to your daily practice strategies will deliver the best results. Pre-interaction rituals. Before any interaction, the way you prepare mentally and physically can shape the entire experience. Setting a confident mindset is not just about self-assurance in the moment. It begins well before the actual exchange. These moments leading up to an interaction matter because they influence how you carry yourself, how you speak, and even how others respond to you. Confidence is often seen as something fixed, but it's really a state you can build through purposeful routines before you engage with someone. When you create a consistent pre-interaction routine, it prepares your brain to enter a focused and positive state. This helps reduce anxiety or self-doubt that may otherwise interfere with your communication. Taking even a few minutes to get grounded can shift your mindset from reactive to proactive. Whether the interaction is a meeting, a presentation, or a social encounter, arriving mentally ready makes a significant difference in how you project confidence and how effective your communication becomes. Understanding this process helps you realize that confidence is not just the absence of nervousness, but the control you gain over it. A well-defined routine helps you gain that control, creating mental preparedness that strengthens your presence. This is crucial because the initial moments of an interaction set the tone for everything that follows. By managing your mindset beforehand, you build a foundation for confident, clear, and assertive communication. One of the key ways to boost your confidence before meeting someone is to pay attention to your body language. Standing or sitting with an open posture, shoulders back, and head held high helps your mind align with a confident state. Before walking into a room or starting a conversation, taking a moment to adjust your stance prepares you physically and signals your brain to feel more assured. This small habit has a big impact on how you present yourself and how others perceive you. Breathing techniques are another powerful tool to include in your pre-interaction rituals. Deep, slow breaths calm your nervous system and reduce tension, allowing your mind to remain clear and focused. Simple breathing exercises practiced just before engaging can lower stress levels and anchor your attention. When your body feels relaxed but alert, your communication flows more naturally and your gestures appear more genuine and controlled. Visualizing positive outcomes also strengthens your confidence. Spending a minute imagining the interaction going well gives your brain a rehearsal in success. This mental rehearsal can reduce fear of the unknown and replace it with expectation of competence. Coupling this with a quick review of your goals or key points helps keep your focus sharp and your intentions clear. Together, these steps create a routine that primes both your mind and body to perform at their best. Simple physical actions such as adjusting your clothing, straightening your accessories, or checking your mirror image briefly can further boost self-assurance. These small rituals reinforce your presence and help you project polish and preparedness. In practical terms, having a consistent sequence, breathing, posture adjustment, visualization, and final grooming, can turn into a natural rhythm that signals readiness every time you approach an interaction. Remember that the timing of these rituals matters. Engaging in them just before stepping into the interaction space ensures your confidence is fresh and accessible. Avoid rushing or trying to multitask during this preparatory window. Instead, treat it like a brief, intentional pause that shifts your focus inward for a moment, giving you the composure to face the conversation with clarity and calm. One handy tip to keep in mind is to practice these pre-interaction rituals regularly, even when not immediately about to engage. This helps build a habit and makes the process feel natural rather than forced. Over time, your brain will start to associate the routine with a confident state, letting you enter interactions with ease regardless of the situation. Long-term confidence building. Building confidence is not a one-time event, but a continual process that requires regular reinforcement. Developing habits that promote positive self-view helps solidify confidence as part of daily life. Starting with simple routines like setting small, achievable goals each day can lead to a sense of accomplishment, gradually boosting self-trust. Over time, these routines create a pattern of success that becomes familiar and comfortable, reducing feelings of doubt. Consistency is key. Even on days when motivation wanes, sticking to routines helps maintain momentum and keeps confidence from slipping away. Practicing self-affirmation regularly contributes to long-term confidence by rewiring the way you view yourself. Spending a few moments each morning or evening to acknowledge your strengths, progress, or efforts helps internalize positive beliefs. Keeping a journal to track successes, no matter how minor, creates a visual reminder of growth. This practice anchors your sense of worth in tangible evidence rather than fleeting moods or external validation. As routines become part of your life, they act as a foundation that naturally supports resilience during challenging times. Integrating practices such as mindful breathing, meditation, or brief physical activity into daily routines further strengthens self-assurance. These activities help reduce stress and increase mental clarity, making it easier to face new challenges with confidence. When you make these practices habitual, they become automatic tools for calming nerves and maintaining perspective. Over months, this consistency helps your mind associate daily rituals with feelings of stability and control, which are essential for sustained confidence. Continuously reflecting on your experiences allows you to identify what strategies are working and where changes might be needed. Taking time to review successes and setbacks gives insight into your progress and helps you understand your growth over time. Reflection can be as simple as asking yourself what went well each day or what you learned from a mistake. This ongoing process keeps confidence from stagnating, turning it into a dynamic quality that evolves with your experiences. Seeking feedback from trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues provides external perspectives that challenge and clarify your self-perceptions. Honest input helps you recognize strengths you might overlook and address areas that need improvement. When you accept feedback positively, it can boost confidence by confirming your abilities or highlighting progress. It also encourages a growth mindset, emphasizing that skills and confidence can develop with effort and practice. Adapting your approaches based on reflection and feedback is vital for continued confidence. If certain routines or mindsets aren't yielding the expected results, being open to change ensures you keep moving forward. Experimenting with new strategies, adjusting goals, or shifting focus prevents complacency that can lead to stagnation. Recognizing that confidence is an ongoing journey allows you to stay flexible and resilient. The key is to view setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and refine your methods, fostering a mindset of continuous growth. Chapter 15: Final Tips and Summary. Key takeaways. Understanding how to convey confidence through visual cues and behaviors is essential for creating a positive impression. Positive body language includes maintaining good posture, making appropriate eye contact, and using hand gestures effectively. Standing tall with shoulders back sends a message of self-assuredness, while direct eye contact reinforces engagement and sincerity. Practicing these behaviors consistently in everyday situations, such as meetings or conversations, will help internalize them, making confident communication a natural part of your interactions. To integrate these positive body language habits into your life, start by practicing in low-pressure environments. For instance, during casual conversations with friends or family, focus on your posture and eye contact. Gradually apply these techniques in more formal settings, like professional meetings or public speaking events. Recording yourself can also provide valuable insights into how you carry your body and communicate, allowing you to make adjustments where necessary. Consistency is key. Over time, these habits will become second nature. Another practical step is to become aware of your current body language habits. Reflect on moments when you felt confident versus when you felt insecure. Identify specific behaviors that correlate with each feeling. For example, you may notice that when you're feeling confident, your gestures are more expansive and your stance is open. Being mindful of your body language in various contexts allows you to consciously adjust as needed. Practice daily affirmations to boost your self-image, reinforcing the confident presence you aim to portray. Always remember that confidence is not just about inner feelings. It's about how you express yourself outwardly. Start small and focus on one behavior at a time, gradually building a repertoire of positive body language that feels authentic to you. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. This not only enhances your presence, but also encourages a positive response from others, fostering stronger professional and personal relationships. Maintaining consistency. Building confident body language starts with making small behaviors part of your everyday routine. When you create habits that encourage open posture, steady eye contact, and purposeful movements, these actions stop feeling like conscious efforts and become natural expressions of your confidence. For instance, you might begin each day by standing in front of a mirror and practicing a relaxed but upright stance, shoulders back but not tense. This simple morning ritual can set the tone for how you carry yourself throughout the day. Over time, repeating these actions consistently rewires your habits so confidence becomes an automatic response rather than something you have to force. It helps to break down confident behavior into manageable pieces. Focus on small things like uncrossing your arms, lifting your chin slightly, or slowing your pace when you walk. These subtle adjustments, when made daily, quickly add up. Try to be mindful during different moments of the day, when answering the phone, greeting someone, or sitting in meetings, and practice these confident signals regularly. By weaving them into your daily life, you build a solid foundation that supports your presence and helps reduce nervous or hesitant movements. The key to lasting change is consistency. It's better to practice body language for just a few minutes each morning or in brief moments throughout your day than to try overwhelming yourself with drastic changes all at once. When confident posture and gestures become muscle memory, they influence not only how others see you, but also how you feel internally. This mind-body connection reinforces your self-assurance, creating a positive loop where confident behavior enhances your mental state, which then encourages even more confident actions. Keeping track of your progress helps you stay motivated and aware of positive changes in your body language habits. One practical way to do this is by setting small, clear goals for yourself, like making eye contact during conversations or maintaining an open posture in meetings, and then reflecting on your success at the end of each day or week. You might jot down notes or record short videos to see how your body language improves. This feedback not only boosts your awareness, but also highlights areas where you can keep growing. Positive reinforcement plays a huge role in maintaining new behaviors over time. When you notice yourself standing taller or speaking with more assurance, acknowledge those moments consciously. Celebrating these wins, even silently, helps strengthen your commitment to confident habits. Sometimes, sharing your progress with a friend or coach can provide extra encouragement, as outside support often adds accountability and fresh perspectives. Over time, observing how your confidence transforms through consistent effort can be very encouraging. Changes in how others respond to you, like receiving more invitations to speak up or feeling more comfortable in social settings, are clear indicators your efforts are working. Keep reinforcing your positive behaviors rather than waiting for perfection. Confidence is a skill developed over time, and each step forward builds a more solid foundation for long-term self-assurance. A helpful tip is to use visual reminders in your environment, such as notes or subtle cues, to nudge you towards confident postures throughout the day. This can prevent slipping back into old habits and keep you focused on continuous improvement. Patience also matters. Trust that the more you practice, the more natural, confident body language will become, eventually shaping how you approach all your interactions. Continuing your confidence journey. Building confidence isn't a one-time achievement. It's an ongoing process that benefits from daily habits and intentional effort. To keep your confidence levels steady and growing, It's helpful to establish routines that support a positive outlook on your body language and self-perception. This could involve starting each day with a few moments to remind yourself of your strengths or practicing power poses that boost feelings of confidence. Consistency is key. Small, positive habits practiced every day help reinforce a confident mindset, making it easier to face new challenges without losing momentum. Maintaining a positive body language outlook also plays a significant role in your confidence journey. Paying attention to how you carry yourself, standing tall, making eye contact, and using open gestures signals self-assurance to others and, over time, influences how you feel inside. Developing these habits means actively checking in with your posture and expressions throughout the day. When you notice yourself slouching or shrinking away, consciously adjust your stance and facial expressions to project confidence. Over time, this becomes second nature and helps keep your self-esteem high, especially during stressful or uncertain moments. Beyond routine habits, embracing practical strategies for ongoing growth keeps confidence development fresh and attainable. Setting realistic goals and tracking your progress can motivate you to keep moving forward. For example, if social confidence is your focus, aim to start a new conversation each week or attend networking events regularly. Recognize that setbacks are part of the process. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, view them as learning opportunities. Cultivating a growth mindset, believing that abilities can develop with effort, encourages you to see challenges as steps toward becoming a more confident individual. Challenging yourself regularly helps reinforce your sense of achievement and resilience. Even small acts, like speaking up in meetings or trying something unfamiliar, push your boundaries in a manageable way. Celebrate these wins, no matter how minor, to build a sense of progress. At the same time, surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth. Feedback from trusted friends or mentors can provide insight and motivation, nudging you towards staying committed to your confidence path. Remember, boosting confidence isn't about perfection. It's about continual improvement and learning to trust yourself more each day. Another essential aspect is staying open to learning and adapting your approach as needed. Confidence is a fluid quality, influenced by your experiences and self-awareness. Regularly reflect on what's working well and where you might want to adjust your efforts. For instance, if you notice certain situations drain your confidence, consider developing new coping strategies or seeking additional support. Trying new techniques, like mindfulness or visualization, can help reinforce positive beliefs and reduce stress. Keeping a flexible mindset ensures your confidence journey remains relevant and responsive to your evolving needs. Practically, making confidence a part of your everyday life can be as straightforward as setting micro goals and rewarding yourself for achievements. Each small success fuels your motivation and reminds you of your capacity to grow. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, making eye contact, or simply maintaining good posture throughout the day, these actions reinforce your self-belief. Regularly reminding yourself of your progress and focusing on your strengths helps create a resilient mindset that can weather setbacks. Confidence, after all, is built step by step through persistence and self-kindness. One effective tip for maintaining your confidence is to keep a success journal. Write down moments when you felt proud, accomplished, or confident, no matter how minor they seem. Over time, you'll have a collection of positive reminders that you can revisit whenever doubts creep in. This habit helps shift your focus from what might go wrong to what you've already achieved. Remember that confidence is a skill that grows stronger with practice, so consistently acknowledging your growth is an easy yet powerful way to stay motivated and keep your journey going. Your path to confident body language. Summarizing core concepts. Understanding the basics of body language can significantly enhance your communication. Confident body language involves standing tall, making eye contact, and using open gestures. These nonverbal cues send a powerful message, indicating that you are self-assured and engaged in the conversation. Poor posture, avoiding eye contact, and crossing your arms can convey the opposite effect, suggesting discomfort or insecurity. Being aware of these fundamental principles reinforces their importance in daily interactions, whether in personal life, professional settings, or public speaking. Practicing these principles fosters an authentic connection with the audience. When you consciously adjust your posture or maintain steady eye contact, you not only improve your presence, but also make those around you feel valued. Everyone responds to positive nonverbal signals, which can build trust and openness. By focusing on maintaining confident body language, you can create an environment that encourages active listening and engagement, drawing others into deeper conversations. To ensure lasting confidence in your nonverbal communication, consistent practice is key. Regularly reflecting on your body language during interactions can create a heightened awareness of how you present yourself. Try incorporating small exercises into your daily routine, such as observing your posture while standing or sitting and intentionally practicing open gestures. Record yourself speaking to evaluate your nonverbal cues and identify areas for improvement. Another useful strategy is to seek feedback from trusted friends or colleagues, as they can provide insights into how your body language is perceived. Engage in role-playing scenarios to simulate different situations, which can help you practice confidently responding and adapting your nonverbal communication. Building this habit can lead to natural improvements, making confident body language an automatic response over time. Incorporate these techniques into your daily interactions to reinforce your commitment to enhancing your nonverbal communication skills. One final practical tip is to create a power pose routine. Before entering a challenging situation, such as a presentation or meeting, take a moment to adopt a pose that makes you feel powerful and confident. This can boost your self-esteem and set a positive tone for your interactions. By continuously working on your body language, you'll strengthen your confidence and improve how you connect with others. Encouragement for continued practice. Recognizing the changes you've achieved in your body language is a meaningful step in maintaining motivation. Each small adjustment, whether it's standing a little taller, making more eye contact, or using your hands more purposefully, reflects growth. These improvements often start subtly and may go unnoticed by others at first, but they contribute to a more confident presence over time. Taking a moment to appreciate these developments not only boosts self-esteem, but also reinforces your commitment to continue practicing. Remember that progress isn't always linear. Some days you may feel awkward or slip back into old habits, and that's perfectly normal. The key is to view every interaction as an opportunity to refine your skills rather than as a test of success or failure. Celebrating even small wins helps build positive momentum. For example, recalling instances where your body language invited great conversations or helped you feel more at ease can remind you of the benefits of your efforts. It is useful to keep a personal journal or notes about these positive moments and any feedback you receive. Seeing a record of your growth can provide encouragement during times of doubt. This reflection builds confidence because it grounds your experience in real-world evidence, not just hopes or assumptions. Recognizing your journey in this way makes maintaining good body language feel more achievable and rewarding. Incorporating confidence-building exercises into your daily life doesn't have to involve lengthy sessions or complex routines. Simple, intentional actions spread throughout your day can create lasting change. For example, starting the morning by standing in front of a mirror and practicing a confident posture or a genuine smile can set a positive tone. These small rituals remind you to carry yourself with assurance as you move through different situations. Finding natural moments to engage with body language is key. When talking with colleagues, consciously maintain open gestures or steady eye contact. Before meetings or social events, Take a few deep breaths and adopt a relaxed but upright stance. These practices become easier when they feel like part of daily habit rather than a chore. Motivation increases when you notice that others respond more positively or when you personally feel calmer and more focused. Another helpful approach is setting realistic, clear goals for yourself, such as improving your posture during video calls or smiling more often throughout the day. Breaking larger objectives into manageable tasks keeps progress steady. Enlisting support from friends or coworkers by sharing your goals can create accountability and encouragement. Engaging with others who are also working on their communication skills can inspire you to maintain steady growth. Most importantly, remind yourself that confidence is a skill, not an inherent trait. Like any skill, it grows stronger through repetition and patience. When you practice body language techniques regularly, you build neural pathways that make confident behavior feel natural. Even brief moments of focus on your body language add up over time, reinforcing positive habits that serve you well in both professional and personal settings. One practical tip is to end your day with a quick review of your body language successes and areas to work on. This reflection doesn't need to be time-consuming, but can enhance awareness and prepare you for continued growth tomorrow. Over time, this habit keeps your progress visible and keeps you motivated to keep moving forward. Resources for further learning. Building a strong foundation in body language starts with accessible books and online resources that provide practical insights and techniques. Many books focus on the art of nonverbal communication, such as What Every Body is Saying by Joe Navarro, which offers straightforward advice based on decades of experience in the FBI. Online courses, like those offered by platforms such as Coursera or Udemy, cover beginner to advanced levels, allowing you to learn at your own pace. These resources often include video lessons, quizzes, and real-world scenarios, making learning engaging and applicable. To deepen your knowledge, consider also exploring blogs, podcasts, and articles dedicated to body language and nonverbal cues, which help you stay updated with new insights and trends. Many educational platforms provide structured guides to help you master body language skills step by step. For example, websites like TED feature short, impactful videos that illustrate fundamental concepts, while platforms like LinkedIn Learning offer comprehensive courses taught by experts. These resources can be particularly useful if you seek ongoing learning rather than one-off information. Some organizations also offer certification programs, which can add credibility to your expertise and potentially open new professional opportunities. Making a habit of regularly reading new books, completing courses, and consuming quality online content keeps your skills sharp and allows you to see how body language evolves within various contexts, from casual conversations to professional settings. If you're interested in practical application, seek out resources that include exercises or interactive components. Many books and courses emphasize role-playing, recording yourself, or practicing in front of a mirror. These methods help reinforce your learning and build confidence in applying new skills in everyday life. Online communities and discussion forums can also be valuable, providing space to ask questions, share experiences, and learn from others' journeys. Remember, learning about body language isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Making small, consistent efforts to expand your resource list ensures you continue growing and refining your nonverbal communication skills over time. Keep in mind that staying curious and open to new information acts as a catalyst for growth. Subscribe to newsletters or follow thought leaders in body language and communication, which can introduce you to fresh perspectives and emerging research. Also, don't hesitate to revisit foundational texts or courses periodically, as refreshers often reveal new details and help solidify your understanding. A practical tip is to set aside time regularly to review your resources, whether it's reading 20 minutes of a book, watching a short video, or practicing a new technique. Persistence and curiosity are key drivers in transforming theoretical knowledge into confident, natural body language that works in any situation. Before you close this book, I want you to hear this clearly. You were never lacking confidence. You were leaking it through habits you didn't know you had. Confidence isn't about dominance. It's not about being loud, aggressive, or perfect. It's about clarity and calm. A body that knows where it is. Movements that are intentional. A presence that doesn't apologize for existing. You don't need to fix everything at once. Change happens through repetition, not force. Some days you'll catch yourself slouching again. Some days your hands will fidget under pressure. That's not failure. That's awareness doing its job. Each time you notice and reset, you reinforce a new pattern. Let your body become an ally instead of a saboteur. Thank you for committing to this work. And remember, confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you practice.